in a little book there called Job. He speak like this and said this thing. After morning, strips of cloth unto the mountain. The morning here means the same day, the same day. The morning of the 7,000 years. A great people and a terrible people. Said in Valerie, the mountains as the sun is seen upon the top of the mountains first in the morning. The palace gets this late. Represents the air, the mountain of the government, the rulers, the scientists of the rulers of the wicked world. They see the sign and the coming of the just one before the people see. They know the time it should come. So they see that in, as the Bible says in the Revelation, that it was the time of the dead, and the nations were there, and even God himself was there. But it was time that the dead, the ignorant, the blind, deaf and dumb, people of the earth, the black nation, and especially we here in North America, should be given justice. Listen up. And we should have justice done. This is not in our face. We see armies all over the world according to these. Is this our America? But again, that she have a vision and a house. People lined up in us, the earth, around the earth, modified, to fight it, what would be the enemies trying to approach us. She will have 1,500,000 people to kill for it. She have all snow is munition for you, arms for you. The very air that we breathe is also arms for you. The cloud, the earth is arms for you. If he shakes the earth for just a minute or two, where will we be? If he sends power to the surface and the man to shake us out, go back, where will we rise from? This can be done at the twinkling of an eye. How can you defend yourself against a God like that? He saw you flying and running from him, and his power before you was gone, and his prophets to put it on the page of history. You may have sinned above the cloud. You may sin into the heaven. But yet, my hand is power. He says, will bring down to the sides of hell. You may go and lay down on the bottom of the ocean, as you learn with your submarine. He said, he will command the sands of the fire. A serpent here. You must remember, don't mean actually a live reptile. So they may be sent in the deep waters of the sea, who could probably destroy your boat. But nevertheless, this serpent could be a human being that have also prepared the same type of boat and maybe a much higher boat. God have put into their hearts to destroy. What must be done? Since you, my people, myself, hear all of these things going on and see this troubled eye begin to get over. As it is prophesied by Jesus, it is a time of trouble that never was like before this time, and never will be the like anymore. We should be preparing to do something for self. What was given to the righteous of Noah and of Lot? They was warned to flee for refuge in Allah, to save themselves from the judgment of water being drowned and from being destroyed by earthquake. These people, all that they had, all the way of their civilization was destroyed. There were people who carried on a civilization It's the same. Learn and you look for it. You justify it. Put him out of his house and a house for himself. And not try to deceive him and make false promises that he knows he's not going to fulfill with his slave. Give his slave a place to himself.
its headquarters in Chicago, where he preached separation of blacks from whites and formation of a separate all-black nation within the United States. He advocated abstinence among his followers from pork, tobacco, and alcohol, and encouraged establishment of separate schools and businesses. He built the black Muslims into a financial empire with real estate holdings, supermarkets, and restaurants across the country. He visited at the Chicago headquarters in 1973, 2 years before his death.
We're now inside Mr. Muhammad's home. I want to thank you for being so gracious and extending this opportunity for us to explore with him the full meaning.
Some voice that will delay that time. That him do some future years yet to come. But there is that man with nine. He gets one that won't carry on. The evil. It gets the righteous. When will that day come that you pass? Maybe you don't have to ask that question. When the judgment will come, it's already here. Just go and look at it and see what's going on. And then stop and listen. You will realize with this that we is great separation must take place. I have been pleading to you, black brothers and sisters, on the last week of our paper, the Muhammad speak, that we should be separated from a heartless enemy and give us some place even if it was here. God, he don't want you to go free for yourself. No, he wants to beat and kill you. He wants to deceive you so that you can taste his doom with him yourself. While you have a chance, God has forgiven us before that we would walk. There could somebody vision of the God born of Ezekiel, that of trouble, is none other than you. And this lesson teaches you that God did give them life. And they did believe. They followed to him and believed. The Holy One and Bible both teaches that he will force us to believe since that we are here. We are the people of the righteous. But you have been so foolishly following after evil now become lovers of evil and haters of good, like the enemy who is misleading.
Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum salam, sir.
In the most holy name of Allah, who came to us, the black man and the black woman here in the hills of North America, in the divine person of Master Farad Muhammad, the great Mahdi, and the one God to whom all holy praise is due forever, the Lord of all the worlds. We forever thank him for his coming and for his raising up in our midst a divine leader, a divine teacher, and a divine guide in the personage of the most honorable Elijah Muhammad, the last and the greatest messenger of Allah. So it is in their two great names that I would like to greet you once again, my beloved black brothers and sisters, in the nation of Islam's greeting words of peace in the Arabic language, which is indeed the original language of the original black man. Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum salam, sir.
All praise is due to Allah for the most honorable Elijah Muhammad. For those of you, and there should always be at least a few who are unfamiliar with the greeting words, Assalamu alaikum. They simply mean, when they are translated from the black man's language of Arabic into the white man's language of English, peace be unto you. Everybody all right?
Yes, sir.
Just think over what you just learned in just a minute and a half approximately of my opening. You have learned whether you accept it or not. You have learned whether you believed it or not. You have learned whether you ever heard it or not. That Arabic is the black man's language.
That's right.
Well, what do you mean I have learned that Arabic is the black man's language? You've heard of Arabic. You've heard of Arabs. But your image, your idea of what an Arab is a light, bright, damn near white man from Saudi Arabia or some other country in the Middle East. And so if Arabic is the language of a people called Arab, who are from a peninsula called Arabia, then you don't associate the Arabic language with the so-called African people.
Come on.
Talk black to me.
Come on.
You have been taught by the white man. You have been led to believe by the white man that an Arab is also a white man, or at the very least a damn near white man.
Go ahead.
Talk black to me.
Go ahead.
And so once again, the Arabic language is something you associate in your mind with these light, bright, and damn near white Arabs. All praise is due to Allah for the most honorable Elijah Muhammad. You were not taught Arabic was your language.
Oh, man.
You were taught and led to believe by the white man that the only thing that applies to you is African.
Come on.
You call yourselves African Americans. Talk black to me. And so if a language called Arabic is introduced to you, you look at it as something non-African.
Right.
If a religion called Islam is introduced to you, you look at it as something that is non-African.
Go ahead.
If a God called Allah
Go ahead.
is introduced to you,
Come on.
you look at that as something that is non-African. Talk black to me. But you just learned that Arabic is the black man's language.
That's right.
I didn't say you accepted it. I didn't say you believed it.
Come on.
I said you learned it.
That's right.
What kind of language does the white man who has miseducated you, misled you, mistaught you, and misguided you, what kind of language has the white man told some of the truth to you?
Right.
Talk black to me.
That's right. That's how you do it.
With respect to Arabic, what kind of language did he say it was? By telling you what kind of language Arabic is, the white man was telling you some truth about the Arabic language, the Arab people, the Arab religion, quote unquote, that he has told mostly lies to you about.
Go ahead.
The white man says that Arabic, he admits, I should say, that Arabic is an Afro-Asiatic language.
Come on.
Are you listening? The white man admits that Arabic is an Afro-Asiatic language.
Go ahead.
The minute you put Afro in front of Asiatic,
You know what that is.
the white man is admitting that Arabic is the language of the black man.
Come on.
Talk black to me.
Yes, sir.
If the white man simply said that Arabic was an Asiatic language, even though you and I are an Asiatic people,
Come on. See.
you would have a foot to stand on to say that Arabic is not our language. Even though Asia, as it is known by white people, even though Asia is originally populated or was originally populated by all black people, the white man didn't associate Asiatic with black people. So you would have an excuse to believe that an Asiatic language is not the language of an African people.
Come on. See.
But when the white man is referring to an Asiatic language and he tells you that this Asiatic language is an Afro-Asiatic language, then the white man is associating this Asiatic language with an African people, and that would be you and I.
Come on. See.
Are you listening to me?
Yes, sir. See.
Here at Muhammad's Temple 15, we deal with simple basics and fundamentals. Are you listening?
Yes, sir.
When you walk out of here, you're going to know things that you didn't know before. On this side, my brother. On this side. When you walk out of here, you're going to know things that you didn't know before. Talk black to me. Afro-Asiatic. Good to see you, black man. Afro-Asiatic. That means black
Yes, sir.
and Asiatic.
Go ahead.
Y'all listening to me?
Yes, sir.
Black and Asiatic. Not only do we not associate Arabic with black people,
Right.
we don't associate Asia with black people.
That's right. See.
Two of the reasons, or one of the reasons the white man hid our history from us
Yes, sir.
is because he didn't want us to associate Arabic with black people,
That's right.
nor did he want us to associate Asia with black people.
That's right.
Why doesn't the white man want you to associate Asia with yourself? Why doesn't he want you to associate Arabic with yourself?
Good question.
There's a book that I read many years ago, a very, very popular book back in the day called Asia in the Making of Europe.
Yes, sir.
Everybody that's listening, go ahead and Google that if you have the ability to do so. Asia in the Making of Europe.
Right.
If the white man admits Asia made Europe, why would he want you to associate Asia with yourself? He would be admitting that it was you that made him what he is today.
Right.
Are you listening to me?
Yes, sir.
This modern and advanced technological society is based upon mathematics.
Right.
Now, you know what mathematics is.
Go ahead.
Mathematics is one of them subjects we didn't want to be bothered with in school. We thought that was too tough.
Yes, sir.
We didn't want to mess with math. We didn't mind woodshop. We didn't mind, certain other subjects.
Yes, sir.
But we didn't like English.
Come on, they like on Jim.
Talk back to me. Oh, we love Jim.
Right.
You didn't want to work that much.
We didn't want mathematics. We didn't want science. Right or wrong?
Right, exactly.
And we didn't want language. Talk black to me. But mathematics, numbers, mathematics is the base of any advanced society or civilization. Now remember, the point that I'm making is why the white man didn't want you to associate Arabic with yourself. Before the Middle Ages. Now, what do I mean when I say the Middle Ages? Before the 500s to the 1500s, the white man was using Roman numerals.
That's right.
You and I know what Roman numerals are.
That's right.
The white man hypes Roman numerals.
Right.
The white man hypes Greek fraternities and sororities. Are you listening to me?
Come on.
Any of us who are of age, I'm the same age as him, by the way. That's how I met him. We've known each other for 50 years.
You're old. I'm young. You're an old man.
Anytime we're talking about why the white man doesn't want you to associate Arabic with yourself.
Yes, sir.
From the 500s to the 1500s, after the fall of the Roman Empire,
Right.
up until that time, the white man was using Roman numerals. And you and I, like I said, are familiar with Roman numerals. He hypes them.
That's right.
He hypes Greek fraternities. He hypes Greek sororities.
That's what he does.
Because the white man's civilization only goes as far back as Greece.
Right.
The white man's civilization only goes back as far as Rome.
Go ahead.
Once you get past Rome to Greece, you go past Greece, you don't have white civilization.
Go ahead.
Are y'all listening to me?
Go ahead. Teach.
So the white man has what he calls a Greco-Greek,
That's right.
Greco, that's what Greco means,
Yes, sir.
Greco-Roman heritage.
Right.
Meaning that this society here in America
Mm-hmm.
is based on ancient Greece and ancient Rome.
Teach.
So when you advance in this society, you become a Greek fraternal order member.
Right.
I'm talking about when you advance.
Yes, sir.
If you on a higher level in this society, you an alpha, you an omega,
That's right.
you a kappa,
That's right.
you a sigma,
Go ahead.
you all these different Greek this and Greek that, right or wrong.
That's right, bro.
And we as black people following after white people want to be Greek like white people.
One of these.
So we are black Greeks,
Black Greek.
hazing each other and killing each other to be initiated into Greek fraternities and or sororities. Are y'all listening to me?
Yes, sir. Trying to fit in.
But let's get back to Rome. When you advance in the white man's society, you are alpha, a kappa, an omega, whatever, and because you're part of this brotherhood,
Right.
you get favorable, not mentioned, but favorable treatment insofar as mobility in the society.
That's right.
Your Greek brother is going to look out for you when it comes to jobs,
Right.
when it comes to whatever you're looking for.
Right.
That brotherhood, that tight Greek brotherhood that we belong to following after white folks,
Right.
it gets us into certain doors
Yes, it does.
that if you're not part of that brotherhood, you can't get into.
Come on.
Are you listening
Yes,
to me?
sir. Yes, sir. Teach.
And when you get in certain doors, your pockets get nice. Talk black to me. And when your pockets get nice enough, you're able to afford a watch
Yeah.
that's not like this one.
Right.
This is one of them 1999 Walmart joints. Y'all all right?
Yes, sir.
Ain't even
And
a
so
time.
it's digital.
Ain't even a time.
It's not even a Timex, brother. It's digital. But when you get your pockets right
Yes, sir.
and you buy one of those expensive watches, you don't have these numerals.
Right.
You have Roman numerals.
Come on, teach.
Because the white man is telling you that Rome is what's up. Are you listening to me? The white man is telling you Greece is what's up.
Right.
Y'all all right?
Yes, sir.
Wake us up, brother.
All right. But mathematics, those Roman numerals,
Yes, sir.
the white man couldn't advance but so far with those Roman numerals.
Right.
Come on.
You write a number like 10,473.
Mm-hmm.
You need a whole sheet of paper to write it.
In Roman numerals.
All them damn I's, V's, X's, and lines. You
Right.
need a whole sheet of paper to write that.
Right.
Talk back to me.
That's right, bro.
That's right, teach.
But beginning in the Middle Ages,
Yes, sir.
the Muslims,
Come on.
did you hear what I said?
What happened?
I said the Muslims. Which Muslims?
Come on.
The black African Muslims,
Come on.
who were called Moors,
Teach.
introduced because they were more advanced.
Come on.
Did you hear what I just said?
Come on.
I said black African
Muslim.
Muslims
Teach.
were more advanced than the white man.
Come on.
Now everybody in here is black.
Sir, yes, sir.
Everybody in here is a so-called African.
Yes, sir.
And whether you know it or not, everybody in here is also a Muslim.
Come on.
Why is everybody in here a Muslim?
Come on.
Because if you're black, you're Muslim automatically.
Teach.
If you're black, even if you don't know you Muslim, you're Muslim.
Teach.
If you're black and you don't practice Islam, you're Muslim.
Come on. Teach.
Are you listening to me?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Go ahead.
Does every bird fly?
Yes, sir.
No.
No.
Oh.
I got it. Not every bird flies.
Come on.
Not every dog bites.
Yes, sir.
Talk back to me.
That's right, bro.
Not every black Muslims.
Make it make sense. Yes, sir.
Some of us are black and Christian as hell.
Come on, sir.
But you a Muslim.
Right.
Talk back to me.
That's right, brother.
Y'all all right?
Yes, sir.
Some of us are men and are faggot as hell.
Yes, sir.
Some of us are women and are butch as hell.
Wow.
And again, some of us are black and Christian as hell.
Right.
If you a man, you got no business trying to be no woman.
No business.
If you a woman, you got no business trying to be a man.
No business.
If you are black, you got no business trying to be a Christian.
Go ahead.
No
Your
business.
religion is Islam. Talk black to me.
That's right.
Yes, sir. Teach.
And beginning in the 500s, y'all all right?
Yes, sir.
You move into the 600s, and the black man started coming back to Islam. Y'all all right?
Yes, sir.
So beginning in the mid 600s, we came back to Islam.
Right.
We had been astray from Islam for thousands of years. We were Muslims, but we didn't know it. And we started drifting back into Islam.
Right.
And in Africa, we accepted Islam. And we became more advanced than the white man. And these black African Muslims introduced what is called Arabic numerals into European society.
Right.
Come on.
These black African Muslims strapped up and went to war with white Christians.
Go ahead.
We beat them and took Spain from them.
Right.
Go ahead.
Right.
We beat them and we took southern France from them.
ahead.
We beat them and we took Sicily from them.
Teach.
You know what Sicily is. Because some of the most filling pizza is those Sicilian slices.
Come on, yo.
Them big old thick square slices. We beat the white man and took Sicily.
Come on.
Italian village.
That's right. We beat the white man and took southern Italy.
That's right.
Talk black to me.
Go ahead, brother.
We whooped these crackers
Lay it
when
down.
we were in Islam.
Come on.
Now we not in Islam and he whooping us.
Come on.
We need to come on back to Islam.
Back to Islam. That's right.
Ahead.
So we introduced Arabic numerals, but we introduced these numerals in such a way that the white man refers to them as Western Arabic numerals, not Eastern Arabic numerals. Arabs use Eastern Arabic numerals,
Wow.
but Europe and America use Western Arabic numerals.
Say that play.
Well, what's west of Arabia? Africa.
Come on.
That means it wasn't the Arab Muslims who took these numbers to white folks in Europe. It was the African Muslims that took these numbers to Europe.
Come on.
That's why they're called Western Arabic numerals. So 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
Yes, sir.
These are numbers that were introduced to the white man by the black man of Africa in the religion of Islam.
Teach.
Are y'all listening to me?
Go ahead, brother.
Clear, sir.
But 9 times out of 10, they will be referred to as just Arabic numerals.
Right.
And when you hear Arabic numerals, you won't associate that with your people. So you go to the white man's schools, and he lords himself over you like he's this mathematical genius. Talk black to me.
That's what he does.
And you believe he's some mathematical genius.
That's right.
You don't associate advanced mathematics with African people.
No, sir.
Teach.
You look at it as if that's a white thing.
That's right.
Teach.
You all right?
It's all
Yes,
right.
sir.
It's all right now.
But what if you knew when you were a child that these numbers came from you? You would have been more interested in math.
Go ahead.
You would have done better in math.
Go ahead.
You'd be doing better in life now if you did better in math then.
Teach.
Talk black to me.
That's right.
That's right.
But while you sat your black behind in the white man's schools, you were being led to believe that everything you were learning was white inventions. Talk black to me.
That's right.
That we are an African people who didn't invent these things. We didn't know these things until the white man brought that knowledge to us.
Come on.
Talk black to me.
Yes, sir.
Lost interest.
And so you thought white folks were higher, better, superior to us because white people are the people that these fields of knowledge came from. You didn't realize that's not the case.
It's not the case.
Y'all all right?
Go
Yes,
ahead.
sir.
Yes, sir.
So he didn't tell you they were Western Arabic numerals. He just said Arabic numerals.
Come on.
So if you're like me up until a few months ago, maybe not even a few months, you thought 0 through 9 is what Arabs used.
Right.
Arabs don't use that.
Go ahead.
They have Eastern Arabic numerals that don't look like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
Go
Right.
ahead. Teach.
Talk black to me.
Teach.
Y'all all right?
Yes,
Go
sir.
ahead, brother.
All right. Those came from us specifically. And the white man hides that. He doesn't use Western Arabic numerals. He just says Arabic numerals. Y'all all right?
Yes, sir.
You don't want to give us nothing.
He don't want to give us nothing.
That's right.
And we act like we don't want to have nothing. Because the white man has told us all our life we ain't nothing.
Right.
Ain't never been nothing.
Come on.
Won't never be nothing.
Come on.
But we gonna be something in a hot minute.
Make that plain.
I didn't say in a minute, I said in a hot minute.
Make that plain.
The white man is gonna be
Go
nothing.
ahead.
And that's why you're here this afternoon.
Yes, sir.
You are here to be prepared for the hot minute that's going to pass when you're going to be something and the white man is going to be nothing.
Go ahead.
Are you listening to me?
Yes, sir, brother.
Yes, sir.
I don't care what's going on in your life right now.
Yes, sir. Teach.
This is your day and time.
Go ahead, brother. Go ahead.
But how you going to know it's your day and time
Come on.
if nobody tells you?
Come on.
How will you know that it's your day, your time, if you won't let nobody tell you?
Good point.
Talk black to me.
Teach. Yes, sir.
And we can't teach you this in just a few minutes on one Sunday.
That's right, brother.
You got to come back again
Make it
and
plain.
again and again.
Yes, sir.
And the more you come, the more you'll be something and the white man will be nothing.
That's right.
Are you listening
Go
to me?
ahead.
Teach.
All praises to Allah. All praises to Honorable Elijah Muhammad. When these numerals
Yes, sir.
were introduced into Western Europe by African Muslims, it revolutionized mathematics in Europe. By revolutionizing mathematics, you also and automatically revolutionize science. By revolutionizing math and science, you automatically revolutionize technology.
That's right.
Yeah.
And whether you know it or not, when you revolutionize math, science, and therefore technology, you revolutionize communication.
Come on.
Are you listening?
Yes, sir. Go
All
ahead.
praise is due to Allah for the
All
most
praise.
honorable Elijah Muhammad.
That's right.
So when you go into the Bible, you know the white man, for about 300 years, he said niggas couldn't read no Bible.
Come on.
And if he caught you reading the Bible,
Another problem.
he'd tear your behind up. He might kill you outright.
Put that whip
And if
on.
it was somebody else that led you and taught you how to read the Bible, he'd tear their behind up too. He didn't want you reading this book.
No, sir.
How many people slept what I just said?
Right. He didn't want you to
I
read.
want you to think over what I just said. For 300 years,
300.
you Christians, especially you sisters, my Bible, honey. Why you picking on the women? Y'all all right?
Go ahead, brother.
I'm not picking on the women. The white man is picking on the women.
Come on. Come
The
on.
white man targets your woman.
Teach.
Go ahead. Every day.
Who slept that?
Every day.
The white man targets your woman.
Right.
Yes, sir.
So if the white man targets the black woman and he hits the target,
Come on.
and then I come after the white man hitting the target he put on the black woman,
Come on.
trying to reverse the white man's hit on the black woman. What you telling me I'm picking on the black woman for?
Right.
No, I'm picking on the white man that targeted the black woman.
Yes, sir.
Are you listening
Yes,
to me?
sir.
Islam is the black woman's religion.
Yes,
But
sir.
the white man does not desire to ever see a woman in Islam if she's black.
That's right.
Why? Because when you teach a black man, you teach an individual.
Come on.
But when you teach a black woman, you teach a black nation.
Listen.
Are y'all all right?
Yes, sir.
That woman will become pregnant. And if she's in Islam, she will instill Islam, the values of Islam, into her children.
Right.
So instead of her children growing up feeling inferior to white people, they'll grow up feeling superior to white
Go
people.
ahead, brother.
Instead of her black boys and girls growing up thinking white folks did everything and we didn't do nothing, they'll grow up knowing we did everything and the white man didn't do nothing.
Listen good.
Are you listening to me?
Come on.
So he doesn't want the black woman in Islam raising black children in Islam.
That's right.
And that's why your woman, brother, if you accept Islam, she'll fight you. Not always. She'll fight you. You ain't gonna get me to leave my Jesus, honey. You tell your wife, your mother, your aunts that you coming into Islam and she go crazy.
What?
Boy, you done left Jesus. You didn't leave Jesus.
Oh, Jesus.
You found Jesus.
That's right.
You didn't leave Jesus. You had already left Jesus.
Yeah.
You left Jesus when you left Africa.
Right.
Talk black to me. Who said that one? You left Jesus when you left Africa. Islam brings you back to Africa and therefore back to Jesus.
That's right.
Are you with me?
Yes, sir.
Where do you think Jesus is from? Jesus ain't from Europe. Jesus is from Africa, quote
Listen.
unquote.
Listen.
Who caught that? The Bible says he had hair like lamb's wool, feet like brass burnt in an oven. What color is that? Anything you burn, especially something that's already dark,
Right.
is pretty black, isn't it?
Right.
So if Jesus was black with woolly hair, what was Jesus? Black,
Black
African,
with woolly hair.
quote unquote African.
Right.
Talk black to me.
That's right.
Y'all all right?
Blue black man.
And this is why the white man himself has shrines of the what? Black Madonna.
Right.
You got one here on the West End, right or wrong.
That's right.
But it's black folks following after white folks.
That's right.
What you got a shrine of a black Madonna for?
Yeah.
Like you doing something.
Right.
Y'all crack me up. Trying to be black without Elijah.
Come on.
The white man had shrines of the black Madonna before your behind had any.
Right.
Will you stop it already? The Bible. For 300 years, the white man would not allow you to read, study, or learn the Bible. Think over that. Now that Islam is being taught in white America, the white man is all but wrapping you up in the Bible.
Right.
The white man is all but shoving the Bible down your throat now.
That's right.
Are you listening to me?
That's right, brother.
As long as the white man held you in slavery, you couldn't read the Bible. But the minute the white man had to take the chains off your ankles, take the chains off your wrists, all of a sudden the white man wanted you in the Bible.
Think over this.
Why didn't he want you in the Bible on the plantation?
Right.
When we were slaves on the plantation, we had enough sense to realize that the white man didn't want us in the Bible because the Bible would free us
That's right.
mentally.
That's right.
Not physically necessarily, but mentally.
Right.
And once we were freed mentally, by the knowledge and wisdom in the Bible, we would end up being freed physically.
That's right.
So in order to keep black people in slavery, the white man kept black people out the Bible.
Right.
Why then, when slavery was abolished, did he put us in the Bible? Think over what I'm saying.
Go ahead, brother.
The point that I'm making is there is no way you should be able to trust this book. If the white man kept this book from you for 300 years, and then after he had to free you from slavery, he all of a sudden he wants you in the book. Think about it. Y'all all right?
Yes, sir.
All praise is due to Allah for the most
praise.
honorable Elijah Muhammad. The white man wants you in this book because he fixed it up for you.
That's right.
What you mean he fixed it up for you? I said that Assalamu alaikum, the way we greet.
Right.
What it means is when you translate it from the black man's language into the white man's language, it means peace be unto you. Y'all listen?
Yes, sir.
Okay. This book, Bible, like Assalamu alaikum,
Right.
has been and translated from the black man's language of Arabic, the black man's language of Hebrew, and the black man's language of Aramaic into the white man's language of English.
Right.
When the white man took it from your language and put it in his language,
Right.
what else did he do? He gave it a whole new perspective. Y'all all right?
Yes,
Put
sir.
a twist on it.
When the Bible was revealed, there was no such thing as slaves. Obey your masters.
Yeah.
Love your enemies. Turn the other cheek. If a man robs you of your coat, give him your cloak also. That wasn't there. Talk back to me. When the Bible was first revealed, there was no such thing as an Hamitic curse.
Right.
What you mean a Hamitic curse? That black people come from Noah's son Ham, who was cursed black for laughing at his father. Are you listening to me? Y'all all right?
Yes, sir.
All praise is due to Allah for the most honorable Elijah Muhammad. Thank you.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. We were talking about that, me and the brother the other day.
Yes,
I know what he was talking about. We was a curse. Remember that?
That's what they taught us in the church.
Yes.
Black Christian preachers got in the pulpit.
Go ahead.
You young ones don't know. You don't even know your parents' history. You certainly don't know your grandparents' history, your great-grandparents' history, or their grandparents' history. All you know is what you have experienced since you got here, and you ain't been here but 10 or 15 minutes.
That's right.
Y'all all right?
Yes, sir.
But you want to tell those of us that have been here a minute all about life. I'm a 63-year-old man,
Right.
and I don't know half of what an 83-year-old man knows about life.
That's right.
Teach.
Because an 83-year-old man hasn't sat me down and told me. And when I was a 13-year-old boy, a 23-year-old man, I didn't have the privilege of sitting at the foot of a 43-year-old man and having him tell me what it was.
Right.
I didn't have the privilege of sitting at the foot of a 63-year-old man, 40 years my senior,
Yes, sir.
to tell me what life was like. And you, who are 23 now, you're not interested in a 63-year-old man sitting
Go
you
ahead.
down to tell you
Go
about
ahead.
life.
Come on.
Because you think you got life by the
Go ahead.
never you mind. Y'all all right?
Yes, sir. Make that plain,
All
brother.
praise is due to Allah for the
All
most
praise
honorable Elijah Muhammad. Now let's go to Genesis. Why are we going to Genesis? Because there's something you need to know about in Genesis.
Come on.
We're going to go to the book of Genesis, the 43rd chapter. And we're going to go to the 23rd verse. Now I want you to remember this, because you're learning something here this afternoon.
Yes, sir.
You're learning something that the preacher didn't want you to know.
That's right.
You're learning something that the white man didn't want you to know.
That's right.
In Genesis 43 and 23, it says these words. It's talking about the prophet Joseph meeting with his brothers. Joseph, the son of Jacob,
Right.
is meeting with his brothers who are also sons of Jacob.
Right.
Now, in the 23rd verse, they meet. And it says, and he, meaning Joseph, said, peace be to you. What did Joseph say?
Peace be to you.
Peace be to you. Who did he say it to? See, listening comprehension. He said it to his brothers. His brothers were brought to him. And the way he greeted them when his brothers were brought in front of him was to say, peace be to you. Right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And then he said to them, fear not. Your God and the God of your father have given you treasure in your sacks. I had your money, and he brought Simeon out to them. Now forget the rest of that. The only thing that's important in that verse is when his brothers were brought in front of him, he said to them, peace be to you. Right?
Right.
When I opened up, I said, peace be to you.
Right.
But I didn't say it in English. I said it in Arabic.
Right.
I said, Assalamu alaikum.
Right.
But what does Assalamu alaikum for the 97 millionth time, what does it mean when you translate it from our language of Arabic into the white man's language of English? It means peace be with you.
Right.
Are you with me?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Nobody, I don't care if you are a retard hooked on methamphetamines.
Right.
You could be a retarded man or woman hooked on methamphetamines, and you will still not think that Joseph spoke English. You won't believe that. You know Joseph didn't speak English thousands of years ago.
Right.
Right?
That's right.
Even if you realize that the English language didn't even exist back then,
Right.
you know that the prophet Joseph was not from a country that English was its language.
That's right.
Y'all listening to me?
Yes, sir.
What language did the prophet Joseph speak? Some will say he spoke Hebrew. How do you say peace be to you in Hebrew? Shalom Aleichem.
Shalom Aleichem.
Did y'all hear what I just said?
Sir.
Shalom Aleichem. How do I know this? I didn't say, why do I believe it? I believe it because that's what I was taught as a Muslim.
Right.
But how do I know that what I was taught as a Muslim is true? Because the white man that lied to me and you, he makes movies in Hollywood.
Right.
And he makes movies in Hollywood to fool us. So he makes a movie like the Ten Commandments. And he has Charlton Heston playing Moses. A white man playing Moses.
Yeah.
He has Yul Brynner playing Seti. Right?
That's right.
A white man playing Seti, who was not white.
Right.
Seti was a black African.
Right.
But he has a white European. I believe Yul Brynner's a white European.
Right.
I don't know what the crap is. But he has Yul Brynner playing Seti to make us to believe that the ancient Egyptians were white people.
Yeah.
Y'all listening to me? Then he has other movies about Jesus.
Right.
You'll see these movies around Easter. Y'all listening to me?
Yes, sir.
You'll see these movies around Christmas.
Right.
Right?
Yes, sir.
And you'll have a white Jesus. Right or wrong?
That's right.
Well, one of these movies I was watching after I learned Islam.
Right.
Something I would have missed had I not been taught Islam.
Yes, sir.
But now that you sitting in here this afternoon, if you run across any of these movies,
Yes, sir.
you're going to pick right up on it.
Right.
Talk black to me.
That's right.
All right.
That's right.
Why? Because though you had eyes, you couldn't see. But once you listen to a Muslim minister of Elijah Muhammad, the eyes that you have that used to not see, you'll pick right up on it.
Come on.
Your eyes will be open,
Come right.
proving that you found Jesus.
That's right, brother.
Because Jesus opens the eyes of the blind. Right or wrong?
That's right.
That's what is happening to you right now. Your eyes are being opened. All right, let's go on. So, it was a movie about some ancient Hebrews.
Right.
And one of the so-called ancient Hebrews approached another one, and guess what he said to him?
What's that?
Shalom Aleichem. I said, gotcha.
Caught.
I caught him.
Right.
Right on international TV.
Proving that what the messenger of Allah, Elijah Muhammad, teaches is the truth.
Right.
He said, Shalom Aleichem.
So,
And then the other one responded. I don't remember exactly what the response was, but I said, wow.
Wow. It's so
Now,
many shows. you can
Shalom Aleichem.
check. Yes, sir.
Assalamu alaikum. Don't that sound alike? Okay, all right. The white man says that Jesus, now we covered Hebrew, right?
Right,
We already started with Arabic.
right.
We talked about how it translates into English as peace be to you, right?
Yes, sir.
Then we talked about Hebrew.
Right,
Now we're going to go to Aramaic.
right.
Why Aramaic? Well, you would think Joseph spoke Hebrew. That's the assumption. But the white man says Jesus spoke Aramaic, right?
Right.
We know that Muhammad the prophet spoke Arabic, right?
Yes, sir.
All right. How do you say peace be to you in Aramaic? Assalamu alaikum.
Move.
Assalamu alaikum.
Right.
Y'all listening to me?
Yes, sir.
Well, what's that got to do with anything? I'll show you what it has to do with anything. Let's go to the book of St. Luke.
Come on.
Now that's Jesus. We done left Joseph, now we're dealing with Jesus.
Right.
Thousands of years have passed between Joseph and Jesus. But the Bible says God is the same yesterday, today, and forever.
Right.
Right?
That's right.
I think it says that. I know that we were taught that in the church because I'm from the church.
Right.
Are y'all listening to me?
Yes, sir.
I'm glad I'm from the church and not in the church. I used to be in the church. Now I'm from the church.
Right.
And the best thing that could happen to you who are watching, you who are here,
Yes,
if
sir.
you in the church, is that you end up from the church.
Man.
When the black man is in the church, he's dead.
Right.
When the black man is in the church, he's blind.
That's right.
When the black man is in the church, he's deaf. When the black man is in the church, he's dumb, not stupid, but can't talk.
Right.
Are you listening to
Right.
me?
Yes, sir.
But when the black man is from the church, he can see. When the black man is from the church, he can hear. When the black man is from the church,
Yes,
he's
sir.
no longer talking loud and saying nothing, but he got a whole lot to say now. Are you listening to me?
Yes, sir.
All praise is due to Allah
All
for the most honorable Elijah Muhammad. Luke chapter 24, verse 36.
Come on.
Jesus is kicking it, pardon my slang, with his disciples.
Go ahead, brother. Anderson.
How does he start the conversation? The same way Joseph started the conversation with his brothers thousands of years before.
Right.
Why did Jesus do the same thing Joseph did? Because Joseph was from God, Jesus was from God, and God is the same yesterday, today, and forever.
Make
So
that right.
both men from God are going to do the same thing.
Right.
This ain't rocket science. So, as they thus spake, Jesus himself stood in the midst of them and said unto them, Peace be unto you.
Yes, sir.
Come on.
Isn't that what Joseph said?
That's what he said.
Yes, sir.
So Joseph and Jesus believed in the same God.
Come on.
Right.
Joseph and Jesus were in the same religion.
That's right.
Talk back to me. And that's why Joseph and Jesus greeted the same way.
That's right.
Peace be unto you. Peace be with you.
Come on.
And we say it in Hebrew, Shalom Aleichem.
Come on.
We say it in Arabic, Salamu Alaikum. Now, Muhammad, in Arabic, in the Holy Quran, it teaches, he said the same thing. Peace be unto you, but he said it, Assalamu Alaikum.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so you got three languages, three prophets. Joseph, thousands of years later, Jesus. Hundreds of years later, Muhammad. All three said, when they greeted people, peace be unto you. Are y'all listening?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
One, Hebrew, the other, Aramaic, the other, Arabic. Okay, now wait a minute. So here we have a man that is quote unquote Hebrew
Right,
saying peace be unto you.
right.
You got another man who is also so-called Hebrew,
Right.
right?
Yes, sir.
The first man is, we think. I'm not saying it's true. I'm saying what we think, because I'm making a point. The first man we think is a Hebrew Jew.
Come on,
The second man we think is a Hebrew too, but he's a Christian,
come on.
Jesus. The third man we know is an Arab Muslim.
That's
We
right.
don't think that, we know that.
Come on, brother.
But we think Joseph was a Hebrew Jew, even though there were no Jews until Moses, and Joseph was before Moses.
Right, sir.
Everybody listening?
Yes, sir. Loud and clear.
If you really are listening, you're learning a lot.
Mm.
But if you're not, I guess you're not.
You don't listen.
There is no way Joseph was a Jew. There were no Jews before Moses.
Come on.
Joseph was before Moses.
Come on.
So Joseph wasn't no Jew.
Teach.
Mm.
Teach.
But you have a Joseph that we believe to be Hebrew. You have Jesus, right, that you believe to be Christian. You have Muhammad that you know is Muslim. Right or wrong?
Right, brother.
Well, wait a minute. If God is the same yesterday, today, and forever, then when you learn that Joseph, Jesus, and Muhammad greeted the exact same way, saying, peace be unto you, that means Joseph, Jesus, and Muhammad had the same God.
Come on. Teach.
Joseph, Jesus, and Muhammad had the same religion.
Come on.
Joseph, Jesus, and Muhammad were the same people.
Go ahead.
Are you listening to me?
Yes, sir. Teach.
Well, how do you know Joseph, Jesus, and Muhammad had the same all of these things?
Yeah.
Because God is the same yesterday, today, and forever. Please don't tell me Joseph, Jesus, and Muhammad had 3 different religions. If that's true, how come they had one way of greeting?
Go ahead. Teach.
Right or wrong?
Yes, sir. Teach.
Joseph didn't eat hog. Jesus didn't eat hog.
Come on.
Muhammad didn't eat hog.
That's right.
What in the world are we doing eating hog? Because the white man said eat
Yes,
hog.
sir. That's right.
Y'all listening to me?
Yes, sir. Go ahead.
All praise is due to Allah for the most honorable Elijah Muhammad. There's only one God.
That's right.
And if there's only one God, there's only one religion that is truthfully God's religion.
That's right.
Now, is it Christianity? It can't be.
Come on.
If Christianity was the true religion of God, it would have been the religion of Joseph.
Go ahead.
But it wasn't.
Go ahead. Teach.
If Judaism, the religion of the Jews, the Jewish religion, if the Jewish religion was the religion of God, it would have been the religion of Joseph.
That's right.
But the Jewish religion wasn't Joseph's religion.
Yes, sir.
Was
Come
it?
on.
Yes,
No,
sir.
sir.
Talk black to me.
Go ahead, brother.
So we know Christianity couldn't have been his true religion.
That's right.
We know the Jewish religion or Judaism couldn't have been his religion.
That's right.
Because it wasn't Joseph's religion. It wasn't Abraham's religion. It wasn't Noah's religion. All these prophets that came before Moses. Are y'all listening?
Yes, sir.
So whatever religion and whatever God of that religion Noah had, Abraham had after Noah, Jacob and his son Joseph had, all the way up to Moses, that must have been God's religion. Are you listening to me?
Yes, sir.
The Jewish religion is a new religion.
Come on.
What you mean it's a new religion? It's a religion that came after Abraham's religion.
Come on.
The Christian religion is a new religion. It's a religion that came after the Jewish religion. You have been made to believe by the white man that Islam is the newest religion. That it came after the Jewish religion
Come on.
and after the Christian religion. But wait a minute.
Wait a minute.
Hold on now. Pump your brakes. The Muslim religion clearly teaches that it is the religion of Abraham.
Come on.
Anybody listen?
Yes, sir. Come on.
So the Muslim religion takes you past Jesus, past Moses, all the way back to Abraham, right or wrong?
Yes, sir.
And then beyond Abraham to Noah. And any prophet that came before Noah, right or wrong. Think about what I'm saying. Okay, so what was their religion? It was Islam.
Yes, sir.
What did the first prophets of your Bible teach with respect to God? That he's one. What's the first thing Muhammad taught in Arabia? That God is one. Are you with me?
Yes, sir.
Mm-hmm. What do Christians say about God? That God is three.
Yeah.
Abraham didn't teach God was three.
Come on.
Noah didn't teach God was three.
Come on.
Joseph and Jacob didn't teach God was three.
Come on.
None of the prophets before Moses taught God was three.
Mm.
Moses didn't teach that God was three. Jesus didn't even teach that God was three. But in the name of Jesus, we are teaching as black people that God is three.
Man, come on.
No! Islam teaches that God is one,
Yes, sir.
just like all the prophets. Are y'all listening to me?
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
All praise is due to Allah for the most honorable
Oh,
Elijah Muhammad. All right, we learning this afternoon, right?
Yes, sir. Go ahead.
Let's keep learning. Let's go to the book of St. John. We're still dealing with Jesus, right?
Right.
We go into the book of St. John. We're going to chapter 20 and we're going to go to verse 19.
Come on.
Then the same day at evening, being the first day of the week, when the doors were shut, where the disciples were assembled for fear of the Jews, came Jesus. Jesus pulled up.
Yes, sir.
Y'all didn't know Jesus pulled up, did you?
Come on.
And stood in the midst, and saith unto them, Peace be unto you. Okay. Then you go to verse 21. Then said Jesus to them again, Peace be unto you.
Yes, sir.
Talk black to me. Well, how do you say that in Aramaic? Remember? Assalamu alaikum. All right, let's wrap it up. I don't mean let's wrap up the lecture, but let's wrap up this Assalamu alaikum stuff.
Come on. Come on, bro.
Why are we spending so much time on Assalamu alaikum stuff? Because for those of you, and there should always be at least a few, who don't already know.
Yes, sir.
Why should there always be a few who don't already know? Because those of us who do know already are supposed to look for people that don't already know,
Come on.
bring them to the temple, or share this live broadcast with them.
Come on.
Are you listening to me?
Yes, sir. Teach.
Each one is supposed to teach one.
Come on.
Go ahead.
Are you listening?
Well,
Not be selfish.
hallelujah.
Huh? That's us, brother. Huh?
Gotta agree
Each
with you.
one teach one.
Got to agree
But
with
what
you.
happens after you teach one?
Come on.
Go get you another one and teach one again.
Go ahead.
Right.
How do you get from 1 to 100?
Mm.
You go from 1 to 2. And then you go from 2 to 3.
Go ahead.
You got, that's all, that's what you got to do.
Yes,
Gotta
sir.
go.
The number 100 is just the number 1
Yes, sir.
100 times.
Waiting for you to
You
do
just do one all over again,
Yes, sir.
and again, and again, and again. And when you do it enough, you got 100.
Come on.
You'll get there.
You don't go from 1 to 100.
No, sir.
You go from 1 to 2, and then to 3, and then on and on and on until you get to 100.
Yes, sir.
Y'all all right?
Yes, sir.
All praise praises due to Allah for the most honorable Elijah Muhammad.
All praises.
Now let's wrap this Assalamu alaikum stuff up
Come on.
again. Why does Assalamu alaikum, Assalamu alaikum, Assalam alaikum, Hebrew, Aramaic, Arabic, why does it sound the same?
Good question.
How many of us have a brother? Raise your hand. How many of us have a sister? Raise your hand. Why do brothers and sisters look alike?
Good question. I don't have that answer right now.
Why do brothers and sisters look alike?
Come on.
Because they're part of the same family.
Come on.
There you go.
A brother who has a brother, a sister who has a brother, a brother who has a sister,
Yes, sir.
a sister who has a sister, look alike. Sometimes even sound alike. Right or wrong?
Yes,
That's
sir.
right, brother.
Because the same family produced them.
Mm.
Are you listening to me?
That's right.
Okay, why then, using that same logic, why does Arabic sound like Hebrew,
Yes, sir.
Hebrew sounds like Aramaic, and Aramaic sounds like Hebrew and Arabic? Why? Because the same family produced all three languages.
Go ahead.
They're part of the same family.
Come on.
Like a brother and two sisters.
Come on.
Like a sister and two brothers. All part of the same family, like three sisters, like three brothers.
Come on.
They're all part of the same family. Arabic, Aramaic, Hebrew, part of the same family.
Yes, sir.
What's the name of the family that they part of?
Teach.
Afro-Asiatic.
Yes, sir.
Y'all listening to me?
Yes, sir.
That means all three languages are black languages, and all three languages are associated with black people.
Come on.
Are you listening to me?
Yes, sir.
Black-skinned, woolly-headed, broad-nosed, and thick-lipped so-called Africans can be found in the ancient history of Arabia, the ancient history of Israel, and the ancient history of Africa.
Come on.
Talk black to me.
Teach.
That's why Afro-Asiatic.
Yes, sir. Teach.
All right? All right. We ready to learn a little more?
Yes,
Go
sir.
ahead, brother.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
I'm not going to keep you much longer because
Take your time, brother.
we got people here.
Yes, sir.
All right?
Yes, sir.
Who in the broadcast audience realizes that I'm teaching totally different? I ain't snapped yet, have I? You know Minister Eric be going crazy up
Yes,
here.
sir. Yes,
How
sir.
many times do I have to tell you over and over again, I teach different when people hear?
Yes, sir. Go ahead.
That you do.
And I'm going to put my foot where it belongs when ain't nobody here.
Yes.
That you
And
will.
if you don't like it, tough. Bring your behind here and I'll be a little nicer.
Go ahead.
All right?
That's right. Yes,
All
sir.
praises due to Allah for
Come
the
on.
most honorable Elijah
All
Muhammad.
praise.
Yes, sir. Go ahead. Teach.
Whenever somebody's here, I do my job, which is to teach who's here.
Yes, sir.
Right.
Go ahead.
But when nobody's here, I do my job also, but I teach who's not here. And when I don't realize who's watching,
Whip on him.
then I just go for what I know.
Whip on him.
I don't know that I shouldn't say this, that, or the other because I don't know who I'm saying it to.
Go ahead.
Are you listening to me?
Teach.
But when I'm looking at who I'm teaching,
Come on.
I know what to say and what not to.
Yes, sir.
Right.
Y'all all right?
Yes, sir.
All praises due to Allah for the most honorable Elijah
Come on.
Muhammad.
That's right.
Yes, sir.
Let's learn.
Come on.
You see this big old board?
Sir.
You get a chance to use it today.
Look at this. Look how small I am. Look how small this is. Look how big that is.
Yes, sir. Go ahead.
Look how small this is. Look how small I am. But look how big that is.
Come on. Teach.
Talk black to me.
Yes, sir.
How come?
Teach.
You might not pay attention to me. Or you may pay attention to me. But whether something to my right,
Come on.
and you learning something to my left.
Come on.
Good point.
You learning these two things without me saying a word. Because you're learning these two things subconsciously. You're learning these two things without fighting.
Come on.
When I start talking, you start resisting. None of us in here,
Yes,
of
sir.
course.
Yes, sir.
But when I start talking, you start resisting. You may not like me. You may not want to, I may not be tall enough for you, big enough for you, loud enough for you, quiet enough for you.
Yes,
So,
sir.
when you consciously are paying attention to me because you're conscious of me,
Yes, sir.
you can resist me.
Okay.
So while you're consciously focusing on me, you are subconsciously focusing on this flag. You are subconsciously focusing on this board.
Go ahead.
And you're doing it without resistance. Y'all all right?
Yes, sir.
Now, the minute you start consciously paying attention to the flag, you start resisting. If you consciously pay attention to the board, you start resisting.
Come on.
But when I start talking about certain things in certain ways, you lose attention on them and focus on me. I become the focus of your resistance.
Come on.
So the flag gets you. And the board gets you. Talk
Teach.
black to me.
Yes, sir. Teach.
Your mind is picking up on these two images. Now let me help you to resist.
Come on.
Look at what it says on the board. You have the word Christianity on top, right?
Yes, sir.
Why Christianity? Well, that's the dominant religion of this country.
That's right.
That's the dominant religion of our people.
Come on.
The dominant religion that black people in America are in is the Christian religion.
Come on.
Are you listening?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Under the word Christianity, you have the American flag, right or wrong?
That's right.
Right?
Yes, sir. Teach.
Okay. This American flag has a blue square in it. It has white stripes in it.
Yes, sir.
And even though you're not wrong to say it has red stripes, the red is not striped. Anybody catch what I just said?
Yes, sir.
You wouldn't be wrong if you said it had 6 white stripes and 7 red stripes. You wouldn't be wrong. But if you want to be perfectly right, not 99% right, 100% right,
Come on.
it has a red background.
Come on.
Come on. Make that plain.
It has a red background.
Teach.
But there are 6 white stripes running through the red background,
Teach.
making the red background striped. Are you listening to me?
Yes, sir.
And you have the blue square. The number of red stripes, the number of white stripes means something. The blue square means something. The 50 stars means something.
Come on.
How many states are there in America?
50.
50 states. Georgia, South Carolina, Texas, Arizona. You name all of the states, it's 50 of them, right? And if Trump has his way, it'll be 51. Canada will be 51, right?
Come on. Yes, sir.
But he won't have his way.
Come on.
50 stars representing 50 states, right?
Right.
But the stars are in a blue background. Hmm?
Yes, sir. Teach.
All right now. In the book of Exodus, now this is why the white man don't want you in this Bible. In the book of Exodus, I forget the chapter and the verse. It says, 6 days shalt thou labor.
Come on.
How many days are in the white man's work week?
7. Oh, 5 in a work week.
No, 6.
Okay. Teach.
It's not just Monday through Friday. The white man work on Saturday too.
Yes, sir. That's right.
Think about it.
Yes, sir. You're right.
Monday through Saturday. Everybody doesn't work on Saturday. but Saturday is a work day.
Yes, sir.
Are you with me?
That's right.
Some people are off on Monday. They work Tuesday through Saturday.
Go ahead. Yes,
Think
sir.
about it.
Yes, sir, absolutely.
All right now. You got a 6-day work week, right?
Yes, sir.
And Exodus says on the 7th day, you rest.
Right.
You don't work that day.
Come on.
And it goes as far to say that it's the Lord's day
Yes, sir.
that day, that 7th day. Right or wrong?
Yes, sir.
And so before the white man started going crazy and you started getting smart, really, the problem was you getting smart.
Come on.
When black people get smart, it drives the white man crazy. So the white man, he said, you can buy your liquor, hello, Monday through Saturday, but on Sunday you can't buy your liquor.
Come on.
Because that's the Lord's day.
Come on.
But you started getting smart. And you started driving the white man crazy. So he started letting liquor get sold on Sunday. He needs you drunk. Why does he need you drunk? Well, he didn't need you drunk on Sunday when there wasn't no religion being taught but Judaism and Christianity.
Teach.
But when the Muslims started teaching on Sunday, he had to start letting you drink on Sunday.
Come on. Teach.
Keep you drunk so that you don't learn this Islam.
Teach.
Y'all all right?
Yes, sir.
All praise is due to Allah for the most honorable Elijah. Y'all Muslims think everything is a white man conspiracy. Everything is a white man's
Oh, yeah,
conspiracy.
that's right.
Yes, sir.
Y'all Christians think ain't nothing no white man's conspiracy. And the reason you think that is because it's a white man's conspiracy that you think that.
Come on.
Y'all all right?
Yes, sir.
All praise is due to Allah for the most honorable Elijah Muhammad.
Oh,
Teach.
praise God.
The 6 white stripes represents the 6 days
Come on.
that the book of Exodus talks about.
Teach.
They're white because they represent the white race that has the 6-day work week. Are you with me?
Yes, sir.
In the Bible, which is why he didn't want you to know, in 2 Peter chapter 3, verse 8, it says, one day is like 1,000 years with the Lord.
That's right.
So 6 days represents how many years?
6,000.
6,000 years.
Come on.
So 6 days shalt thou work means what? 6,000 years you are to work. When the 7th day comes, that you are not to do any work, that's the 7,000th year. Right or wrong?
Yes, sir.
Well, when do you start counting? You start counting in Genesis.
Good question.
The white man started counting in Genesis.
Yes, sir. Go ahead.
What white man? A bishop of the Christian church named Usher. Are y'all listening to me?
Go ahead, brother. Yes, sir.
You got a Negro in Atlanta named Usher. But there was a bishop in the white man church named Usher.
Come on.
And Bishop Usher's chronology, right? Meaning his timekeeping,
Come on.
for lack of a better term, he says that the book of Genesis, in the beginning,
Yes, sir.
God created the heavens and the earth. He says that that beginning was 6,000 years ago.
Come on.
In the church, we were taught that the creation of the heavens and the earth began 6,000 years ago.
Teach.
Right or wrong?
Yes, sir. Teach.
But we're taught in Islam by Elijah Muhammad, the messenger of God, that what that is actually talking about the beginning of is the beginning of the white race.
Teach.
We know for a fact that white people were not here beyond 6,000 years ago.
Come on. Teach.
So when the white man says in the beginning, he's talking about his own beginning.
Come on.
He's not talking about your beginning.
That's right.
How do we know he's not talking about your beginning? Because we are asked in the student enrollment, what is the birth record of the said nation of Islam? The said nation of Islam has no birth record.
That's right.
It has no beginning, nor ending.
Yes, sir. Teach.
Well, who are the nation of Islam?
Mm.
The nation of Islam is the black man.
That's right.
Are y'all all right?
Yes, sir.
All praise is due to Allah for the most honorable Elijah Muhammad. Now, what day are we living in?
Mm.
We're now living in the seventh day.
Come on.
That's why some Christians call themselves Seventh-day Adventists.
Go ahead. Sir. Come on.
Who's heard of Seventh-day Adventists? Look at that name. Seventh-day Adventists.
Come on.
What does the word Advent mean?
Come on.
It means coming.
Yes, sir. Teach. Teach.
So seventh-day Advent means seventh day coming.
Come on.
Something and or someone is coming.
Mm.
You have the advent of,
Yes, sir.
but it doesn't happen until the seventh day.
Mm.
Meaning in the 7,000th year. Talk black to me.
Mighty coming.
Who do these Christians say comes on the seventh day?
Yes, sir.
Meaning in the 7,000th year. They say God comes.
Come on. Teach.
What you mean God comes?
Yes, sir.
I thought God was already here. I thought God was everywhere.
Mm.
If you got a God that's everywhere, how can he come to somewhere from somewhere?
Right.
He's everywhere. He said my favorite. Y'all all right?
Yes, sir.
But according to Christian theology,
Yes,
Go
sir.
ahead.
God comes on the seventh day, meaning in the 7,000th year. Meaning after 6,000 years, God comes.
Right. Come on. Teach.
What does he come and do after 6,000 years?
Mm.
He judges.
Mm.
When he judges, what does he do? He rewards
Yes, sir.
and he punishes.
Come on.
Right.
He rewards and he punishes.
Yes, sir. Teach.
Talk back to me.
That's right, brother.
Everybody still all right?
Yes, sir.
I'm not going to be long
Right.
because I got people here.
That's right.
He rewards and he punishes.
Mm.
Right or wrong?
Yes, sir.
Who does he reward? Those who submit to his will. Who does he punish? Those who rebel against his will.
Yes, sir.
Who does he reward? Doesn't the Bible tell you who he rewards?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Is a reward a blessing?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Is a punishment a curse?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay. Who does the Bible say is blessed?
Come on.
Blessed are the meek,
Yes, sir.
right or wrong?
Right.
For they shall inherit the earth.
Yes, sir.
Blessed are the poor in spirit.
Mm.
Now you know that's talking about us.
Come on.
Black folk in the A, we poor in spirit. Huh? Why are we poor in spirit? Because the life that we live in it makes us poor in spirit, right or wrong?
That's right.
We don't have enough money.
Mm.
We don't have enough of a roof over our head.
Bro.
We don't have enough money in our pocket. We don't have enough
Bro.
food in our stomach.
Yes, sir.
We're not living good, right or wrong?
We're not living.
And so we poor in spirit because we're suffering.
Yes, sir. Teach.
But Jesus said, blessed are the poor in
Come
spirit,
on.
right or wrong?
Go ahead.
Teach.
There's a number of things Jesus says, blessed are these type, blessed is this type, blessed are these type,
Right,
and
right.
these are all our type.
Right.
These are the people that when God comes in the seventh day, he rewards.
Right.
Are you listening to me?
That's us.
But there's some other people, when he comes, he punishes, he curses, right or wrong. Who are those people?
Mm.
The Bible tells you, for we war not against flesh and blood, right or wrong,
Yes, sir.
but against powers and principalities.
Okay.
Huh?
Yes, sir. Okay.
The rulers of something, rulers of wickedness or something like that, and spiritual darkness, or rulers of darkness and spiritual wickedness in what?
High place.
High places.
Yes, sir.
Right.
if you are the spiritually wicked in a high place, your spirit ain't poor.
Come on.
Your spirit is rich.
Come on.
You doing good.
That's right.
You ain't poor in spirit. You happy as hell.
That's right, brother.
Because you got us in here.
Come on. That's
Right or wrong?
That's right.
So when God comes, he comes to punish, to curse and condemn
Yes.
those who are the spiritual wicked
Yes, sir.
in the high places from which
Yes,
they
sir.
make us suffer
Go ahead.
and have us in
Go ahead.
a spirit of poorness.
Come on,
Are you
brother.
with me?
Right. Go ahead.
All right, now let's go back to the board. Under the American flag, you have the word slavery, suffering, and death,
Yes, sir.
right?
Yes, sir.
Now look at the line. Christianity, America, slavery, suffering, death.
Go ahead, brother.
The sign of Christianity, the cross,
Yes, sir.
and the image of white Christians hanging black Christians on a tree.
Yes, sir.
Showing you what? That ever since we have been in Christian white America,
Right.
instead of receiving justice in any of the 50 states of America, because the star means justice,
That's right.
instead of receiving justice, what we have received is slavery,
Slavery,
suffering, and death.
Come on. Teach. Shame.
Christianity's no good for us.
Not
America is no good for us.
Not at all.
The cross is no good for us.
Not at all.
And the cracker is no good
Not
for
at
us.
all.
Talk black to
Go
me.
ahead, brother.
Huh?
Yes, sir.
For 6,000 years, the white man has been allowed to impose slavery, suffering, and death on us. Talk black to me. All right. So the star of justice is in a blue background. Why? Because blue is the color of falsehood.
Go ahead.
Blue is not a color of truth.
Yes, sir.
You look at your veins, your blood looks blue. If you bleed red.
Yes, sir. That's right.
You look in the ocean and it looks blue.
Come on.
Dip a glass of water and bring it out and it's clear.
Come on.
Talk black to me. It ain't no blue water.
Go ahead.
You look up in the sky and it looks blue. You get on a plane and the air is clear. Right?
Yes, sir. Right, brother.
So blue is a color that is associated with looking one way but being another way. Christianity looked like it's Jesus' religion, but it's not Jesus'
Come on.
religion.
Come on.
America looked like a good country, but she's not a good country. White folk look like a good people, but they're not a good people.
That's right.
Talk black to me. When you learn about white people, you learn. They're not what they are cracked up to be.
Come on.
Talk black to me.
See?
Huh?
Yes, sir. That's
All
right.
right now. But on the other side of the board,
What we got?
you have this flag.
Yes, sir.
You have the red background with no stripes in it.
Come on.
Right or wrong?
Make it
Because
plain.
ain't no whites in it.
Make it plain. That's right.
Ain't no stripes in it because ain't no whites in it.
Yes, sir.
Talk black to me.
Teach.
That's your flag. It's a solid red background. The truth. The whole truth. Not the striped truth. The whole truth.
Come on.
Nothing but the truth. No blue. No white. Just red.
Come on.
The truth, the whole truth.
Yes, sir.
Solid red. Well, why is red the color of the truth? Because the sun is red.
Teach.
Well, so what? Wait a minute. The sun is what gives everything its true color. You don't know what color anything really is without sunlight. You don't know. If you take light away, everything looks a different color, right or wrong. But the sun's light, that all other light is patterned after,
Yes, sir.
to some degree or another, it gives everything its true color, right or wrong.
Yes, sir. That's right.
So the sun is the color of truth. Red is the color of truth.
Teach.
All right. You have one star that represents all the stars. We're not putting billions of stars in one flag. We got one star, and that star means all stars.
What you mean?
You know what all stars are.
All stars. Come on. Yes.
Those of us that are sports fans, we know what all stars are.
Come on.
All right now. I said the star is a symbol of justice, right?
Yes, sir.
How come it's not in a blue background?
Good question.
Because in Islam, you don't get fake justice. Hello?
Come on.
You get true justice in Islam.
Teach.
You got a moon in the Islamic flag, don't you?
Yes, sir.
But you don't have a moon in the white man's flag.
Come on.
How come ain't no moon in the white man's flag?
Good point.
All you gotta know is what the moon means. The moon means equality.
Yes, sir.
That's why it's there. That's why it's not here. Because there is no equal justice. That's what a moon next to a star means. Equality of justice.
Come on.
You don't get that in America's flag. In America's flag, the white man get plenty of justice. But you get slavery, suffering, and death. Talk black to me. All right. But in Islam, you get freedom. You
Yes,
get
sir.
justice. You get equality.
Yes, sir.
Equal justice for all in the light of the sun.
Come on.
Y'all listening still?
Yes, sir.
How come the moon is facing this way
Go ahead.
instead of this way?
Come on. Good question.
For you Malcolm X lovers, Malcolm was little.
Yes, sir.
Malcolm was so little. What you mean little? That was his last name, was little.
Yes, sir.
Malcolm was so little, you didn't even know who Malcolm was.
Come on.
You would have never known who Malcolm was.
Come on.
You didn't know who his father Earl was.
That's right.
For you Garvey lovers. We love Garvey too, but that's all right.
Yes, sir.
Ain't nothing wrong with loving Garvey. We love Garvey. But Malcolm's father, Earl Little, even though he was with Garvey, you never heard of him until you heard of Malcolm X. Talk black to me. There is no history of no Earl Little doing nothing that we know of,
Right.
except for what we learned of Malcolm, right or wrong.
Go ahead.
Earl Little was never in the newspapers. Earl Little was never in the magazines. Earl Little was never on television. Earl Little was never on radio. Earl Little never rocked and sought white America to the point that he made a name for himself.
Go ahead. Teach.
Are you listening? And he was infinitely greater than Malcolm Little. I didn't say Malcolm X, I said Malcolm Little.
Come on.
Malcolm Little was a pimp, a hustler, a robber, a thief, a liar. Talk back to me. Earl Little was a good man,
Come on.
living a good life,
Come on.
right or wrong,
Teach.
doing good things for black people.
Come on.
And yet, he never made a name for himself doing the good that he did. And so Malcolm doing much less good than his father Earl did, you would have never known Malcolm,
Yes, sir. That's right.
ever. All right. Malcolm, this is the point I'm making. When Malcolm was assassinated, Malcolm was representing Islam with the flag going this way.
Wow.
He started out with the flag going that way, the moon going this way.
Yes, sir.
That's how you learned of Malcolm.
Right.
Ain't no Orthodox Islam brought you into the knowledge of no Malcolm.
Come on. Teach. That's right.
Are you listening?
That's right. It was a nation.
Even Dr. Clark said that if Elijah and Malcolm were teaching the Islam with the flag going this way, Orthodox Islam, he doubted whether they would have been able to get 500 people to follow the Nation of Islam.
Come on.
Y'all ain't listening to me.
Right. Teach.
But because of the blackness in the message of Elijah,
Yes, sir.
they were able to get thousands.
Go ahead.
Talk black to me.
Teach.
So you learned of Malcolm because of an Islam with the moon going this way.
Come on.
Then when Malcolm flipped the moon going the other way. Malcolm got flipped with that damn moon, didn't he?
Yes, sir, that's what happened.
And now you mad at us.
Mm.
If Malcolm had kept the moon going this way, might still be here.
That's right,
But
go
when
ahead.
Malcolm flipped the moon, like I said, the white man made sure Malcolm got flipped like that
Yes,
moon.
sir, come on.
Y'all all right?
Yes,
And
sir.
that's why Malcolm's family is suing the government of the United States of America.
Yes, sir.
You
that's
silly
right.
Negroes talking about, y'all killed Malcolm. Why ain't his family suing us?
Go ahead. Good question.
They didn't even hear the question.
Come on.
Malcolm's family ain't suing the Nation of Islam.
That's right.
They're suing America.
That's right. Come on.
Y'all all right?
Yes, sir.
So who killed Malcolm, the Muslims or the white man?
White man.
Then shut up about us killing Malcolm. Or tell Malcolm's family to sue us.
Come on.
Y'all all right?
Yes, sir.
All praise is due to Allah for the most honorable Elijah
Make
Muhammad.
it plain, bro.
Ain't nobody bringing no lawsuit against the Nation of Islam for killing Malcolm.
Right.
Oh yeah, they'll make videos, documentaries, and whatever, and accuse the Nation of Islam of killing Malcolm.
Right.
But there ain't gonna be no lawsuit.
Come on. Take it to the court.
You know why? Because they know that the evidence,
Yes, sir. Go
even
ahead.
though in a civil case, the burden of proof is way lower. They know ain't no proof.
Ain't no proof. Come on.
So they're not bringing that case.
Yes, sir. Go
But
ahead.
they'll bring a case against the white man because they got plenty of proof against the white man.
Come on.
Are y'all listening to
Yes,
me?
sir. Loud and
You look crazy as HE talking about the Muslims killed Malcolm. And you gonna sue the white man. The only thing you say the white man did, I'm talking about you dummies. The only thing you dummies say the white man did was not put police protection on Malcolm. Not do this.
right.
Did a little bit of that and not did this. But who pulled the trigger?
Come on.
You say the Muslims pulled the trigger.
Come on.
All you say is that the white man did things to allow the Muslims to pull the trigger. But instead of suing the Muslims that pulled the trigger,
Right.
you're going to sue the white man that didn't.
Right.
You don't realize how stupid you make yourself look.
Make it make sense.
You're admitting the Muslims didn't kill
That's
Malcolm.
right. Go ahead.
But you don't realize that's what you're admitting.
Come on. Teach. That's right.
You're going to sue the man that's really guilty, but still point the finger at the Muslims.
Man, come on. Yes, sir.
Some of you know what I mean when I do that.
Shake, shake, shake.
Talk black to me. Y'all all right?
Yes, sir.
All praise is due to Allah for the most honorable Elijah Muhammad.
Mm.
The reason our moon goes this way is because that's the first quarter
Come on.
of the moon. The reason Orthodox Islam that Malcolm was preaching, the moon goes this way, is because that's the last quarter of the moon.
Oh, moon.
Meaning what? Islam, the way we teach it,
Come on.
is in the beginning stage.
Go ahead.
Islam, the way it was taught by Muhammad 1400 years ago, is at its end.
Come on.
We at the end of that.
Going out.
Talk black to me. So it's no time for us to be running around with Salaam alaikum aki, Alhamdulillah, wa rahmatullah wa barakatuh. And you can't speak English.
Right. Come on.
Talk black to me.
Yes, sir.
But why you say assalamu alaikum? Why not? We gotta start somewhere.
Come on.
But you don't start with shukran aki.
Mm-mm.
You don't start with rahmatullah wa barakatuh. You don't start with a whole lot of Arabic for a bunch of dumb Negroes that can't speak English
Right.
and don't know how to go from English to Arabic.
Come on.
So they're moving too fast. Y'all all right?
Yes, sir.
You move so fast that you go from being the white man's nigga to the bright man's nigga. You go so fast that you go from being the American white man's nigga to being the Arab white man's nigga.
Yes, sir.
No. You didn't know Arabic was your language
That's right.
when you was a Christian, and now you an Orthodox Muslim and don't know Arabic is your language. Talk black to me. Y'all all right?
Yes, sir.
All right now.
Teach.
Equal justice, moon. Why is the moon a symbol of equality? Because you're not underwater right now. Everybody think you in Atlanta and you chilling on dry ground because it's just dry ground. No, there's a reason you ain't underwater, brother.
Come on.
Let me tell you what the reason is why you're not underwater. The moon.
Moon. New moon.
The earth is 3 times as much water as it is land. Water seeks its own level. If you got 3 times as much water as you have land, how come the water is not overrunning the land?
Good question.
Because the water is being held in place by the magnetic power of the moon.
Come
The
on.
moon is actually pulling the water. As it goes around the earth, it's pulling the water. It's holding the water still. I don't mean perfectly still, because you got waves. But it's holding the water from collapsing and spreading out and making us sitting up under some water. That's why your feet dry.
Come on.
Y'all listening to me?
Yes, sir.
Well, what does that have to do with equality?
Mm.
It keeps the relationship between land and water equal,
Come on.
so that the water doesn't overrun the land, even though the land is much less than the water.
Teach.
All right?
Yes, sir.
There's much more that we could go into, but I said we're not going to be long. All right. So equal justice under the law is what the new Islam, did I say the old Islam?
As you were, sir.
Equal justice for all.
Yes, sir.
All.
Yes, sir.
Even the white man.
Yes, sir.
It made me want to go and have a drink.
Come on. Just God, brother. Mister.
Equal justice for all, even the white man.
Just God.
Equal justice for all
Yes, sir.
in the light of the sun.
Come on. Teach.
That's what the new Islam
Yes, sir. Teach.
represents. The old Islam was ruled by white Muslims.
Come on. Teach. Teach.
And so even in Islam, you had a black-white dynamic with the white Muslims on top and the black Muslims at the bottom.
Teach on it.
But that's old Islam.
Teach.
The new Islam is not playing that game.
Not at all.
The new Islam will be ruled by only black Muslims.
Go ahead.
But the black Muslims that rule Islam will render justice to all, even whites,
Come on.
who are in the light of the sun.
Teach.
Are you listening to me?
Yes, sir. Teach.
All right. And that's why you see Islam above that flag, but you see freedom, justice, and equality. Not slavery, suffering, and death.
Right.
Freedom, justice, and equality.
Yes, sir.
Right or wrong?
Yes, sir.
When you have freedom, justice, and equality, do you have chaos
As you were.
or do you have peace?
Yeah, peace, sir.
You have peace. When you just as free as everybody else, when you have at the same amount of justice, equal justice as everybody else in the light of the sun, isn't that peace? That's why in this religion we greet peace, but we say it in our own language. Assalamu alaikum.
Go ahead.
We're telling you where we're taking you.
Go ahead.
We're taking you to peace.
Go ahead.
You haven't had peace in hundreds of years.
Go ahead.
But you're on your way to have the peace restored to you that the white man robbed you of. You're going to have peace again. Why? Because you're going to have equal justice in the light of the sun with all who are in the light of that sun. But it's only going to come through Islam, and it has to be Islam as taught by the most honorable Elijah Muhammad.
Yes, sir. Go ahead.
But how is it going to happen? Is the white man going to say Assalamu alaikum?
I don't think so.
Is the white man going to say Shukran
I
Akeem?
don't think so.
Is the white man going to say Alhamdulillah? No. The white man is banning Muslims.
Go
Right or
ahead.
wrong?
That's what he's doing.
Talk back to me. A Muslim ban.
Right.
Huh? The white man is committing genocide against Muslims in Palestine, right or wrong.
That's right.
The white man is threatening nuclear war against Muslims in Iran, right or wrong.
Yeah.
The white man is destroying Syria and Lebanon,
Yeah.
right or wrong.
Yes, sir.
And the white man has corrupted Arabia and United Arab Emirates and Bahrain and Qatar,
Go ahead.
working with the white man against Muslims in the Middle East.
Starving Muslims. in
Talk
Sudan.
black to me.
Yes, sir.
You all right?
Yes, sir.
All right now.
Come on.
So we know the white man is not down with this Islam
Not
thing.
at all. Go
Huh?
ahead. Yes, sir.
He wouldn't even let you in the Bible until it was too late. He sure don't want you in the Quran, right?
That's right.
Okay. So how is it going to happen? The Muslims can't just say to the white man, Assalamu alaikum, and the white man say, Wa alaikum salam, y'all niggas free. Wa alaikum salam, all praise due to Allah for the Honorable Elijah Muhammad. Equal justice under the law. That's not how it happens. You know how it's going to happen? Because the white man is resisting.
Yes, sir.
You know what's going to break the white man's ability to resist?
Gotta fight. That's a
War.
Come on.
Which one will survive the war of Armageddon?
Go ahead.
I'm almost done now.
Come on.
Which one? Which one what?
Teach.
Which religion?
Yes, sir.
Which one what?
Which flag?
Which nation?
Yes, sir. Come on.
The flags are the symbols of the nation.
Go ahead. Yes, sir.
Which religion of which nation,
Yes, sir.
represented by which flag will survive the war?
Come on.
What war? Armageddon.
Come on.
Armageddon is talked about in the Bible,
Yes,
isn't it?
sir. That's right.
Talk back to me.
That's right.
So there's a war that's going to be fought.
Yes, sir.
And when the war ends, one of these religions is going to end with it. When the war ends, one of these flags is going to end with it.
That's right.
When the war ends, one of these nations is going to end with it.
That's
Well,
right.
which one?
Come on. Good question.
Well, one of them represents the sun that's up in the sky,
Yes, sir.
the moon that's up in the sky, the stars that are up in the sky. The other one represents a nation of some white crackers that's down on the ground.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Come on.
What kind of war is going to take the sun, the moon, and the stars out the sky?
As you were, sir.
The sun, the moon, and the stars are going to still be up there.
Go ahead.
Right or wrong?
Yes, sir.
Ancient Greece was great, wasn't it?
Yes, sir.
Is it now?
As you were.
Ain't no ancient Greece no more.
Come on.
Ancient Rome was great, wasn't it?
Yes,
But
sir.
it ain't here no more, is it?
That's right.
I'll even be fair, cracker. Ancient Egypt was great.
Come on.
Black, but it ain't here no more, is
Come
it?
on. That's right.
All of the great nations and empires that existed on the ground under the sun, moon, and star,
Mm-hmm.
they're all gone, aren't they?
Mm-hmm.
Sun's still up there.
Doing his job. Come
Right
on.
or wrong?
Yes, sir.
I wish I could whistle good. I would do the one and sitting at the dock of the bay.
I got you.
That's what the sun is doing. That's what the moon is doing. That's what the stars have been doing while all these great nations and powerful empires came and left.
Come on.
Sun, moon, and stars still chilling. There goes another one.
Mm-hmm.
There goes another one. There goes another one.
Yes, sir.
Right or wrong?
Yes, sir.
America is going to be another one.
Mm-hmm.
Russia, Iran, Russia, Burkina Faso,
Come on.
Russia is another one
Come on.
that came and it's going to go.
Yes, sir.
Right or wrong?
That's right.
But the sun, moon, and star going to still be there looking down at all that's happening down here. There goes another one. Right or wrong? Talk black to me. When has there ever been a time that the sun and the moon and the stars were up there, but the black man was not down here?
Come on.
Never.
Come on. Teach. Teach.
Ever.
Teach.
The sun, moon, and stars ain't never looked down on no black man and said, here he come, and there he goes. As long as the sun, moon, and stars have been up there, we black people have been down here.
Come on, teach.
So they ain't going nowhere, and neither are we. Y'all all right?
Yes, sir.
So which people, these people or these people, are going to survive the war of Armageddon? Are the ones that's hanging or the ones that are hung going to survive the war of Armageddon?
Yes, sir. Teach.
Talk black to me. All right now.
You got some hanging, huh?
Come on now. The war of Armageddon is the war that ends all wars.
Yes, sir.
There is no war that ever takes place after Armageddon, according to the scripture. After Armageddon war is fought, there'll never be another war. There'll be nothing but peace and progress for all the people of the earth.
Go ahead.
Are you listening to me?
Yes, sir. Teach.
Well, if the sun, moon, and star are going to outlast everything up under the ground, that means it's going to outlast America.
Yes, sir.
And if the sun, moon, and star are the symbols of Islam, that means Islam is going to outlive Christianity.
Yes, sir. Teach.
The nation of Islam is going to outlive the nation of America.
Come on.
So why are we hanging on to America that has never been good to us, instead of coming into the nation of Islam that will always be good to us?
Yes, sir.
Y'all listening to me?
Yes, sir.
Leave the white man alone. Let the white man have the Christian religion. It's his. Let the white man have the English language. It's his.
Come on.
Let the white man have America. It's his.
Come on.
No, it's not. It's ours. We Indians. Stop playing. Y'all just got here 16,000 years ago.
Go ahead.
Let this cracker have America.
Come on.
You know why? Because it's about to be set on fire.
That's right.
You don't want to be a Native American right now.
Come on.
You want to be black.
Man.
You want to be Nation of Islam.
Come on. Teach. That's right.
If you were satisfied being your black self 16,000 years ago, you wouldn't have got kicked out of India for breaking the law of Islam. All praise is due to Allah for the most honorable Elijah Muhammad.
That's right.
You so-called Native Americans need some assalamu alaikum.
Go ahead.
You need some wa alaikum salam.
Go
You
ahead.
need some bow ties and some beanie pies. I'm just kidding. Everybody all right?
Yes, sir.
Now let's wrap up the lecture itself now. I know people like, what?
Come on. Teach.
I got people here.
Yes,
Come
sir.
on. Listen now. Again, as I begin to close, since the symbolism of Islam will outlive the symbolism of America, then the people, the God, the religion, the nation that symbol represents will outlive the people, the God, the religion that this symbol represents.
Right.
Make sense?
Yes, sir.
All praise is due to Allah for the most honorable Elijah Muhammad. Now let's close it up.
Come on.
Now, for those of you who can't see this on the camera, this is a book that is published by Messenger Elijah Muhammad Publication Society. MEMPS, MEMPS.
Yes, sir.
The M, the E, the M, the P, and the S stands for Messenger Elijah Muhammad Propagation Society.
Yes, sir. Teach.
The name of this book is The Black Stone.
The true history.
The True History of Elijah Muhammad.
Yes, sir. Go ahead.
Is the only history of Elijah Muhammad the true history of Elijah Muhammad, or is there another history of Elijah Muhammad that's not true?
One is not true. They got some that's not true.
There's a lot of history of the Most Honorable Elijah Muhammad, Brother Darrell, that's not true.
Yes, sir.
I'm talking about the history of Elijah Muhammad being put out there by the white man.
Oh.
And by the no good lying Negroes who love the white man and serve the white man. Talk black to me.
Yes, sir.
You got one history of Elijah Muhammad of molesting young girls. And then when Malcolm find out about it, putting a hit on Malcolm to kill Malcolm, to shut Malcolm up so that nobody will know what he did with these young girls. That's a history of Elijah Muhammad.
False history.
But it's not the true history of Elijah Muhammad.
Yeah, that's right.
You got a history of Elijah Muhammad that's being put out by a so-called nation of Islam that says Elijah Muhammad is the Christ. Y'all listening to me?
Yes, sir. As you were, sir.
A history of him being the messenger, and then after being the messenger, being exalted to the Christ. Hello? That's not the true history of Elijah Muhammad.
That's right. That's not the true history.
You got all kinds of histories of Elijah Muhammad. You got a history, and this is why I chose this subject today.
Yes, sir.
You got a history of Elijah Muhammad, where Elijah Muhammad is just a social reformer. He's not actually the messenger of Allah.
Wow.
You got a history of Elijah Muhammad that was put out by the son of Elijah Muhammad, that he was just a man introducing us to Islam, and that he told us a bunch of lies to keep us interested in Islam long enough for us to accept the true Islam,
Right.
which is Orthodox Islam. Y'all all right?
Yes, sir. You got true history and
You got all kinds of history
false
of
history.
Elijah, but it's not all true.
Yes, sir. Go ahead.
This is the true history
Come on.
of Elijah Muhammad.
Come on.
Y'all all right?
Yes, sir.
All right. You got a history of Elijah Muhammad of spending 40 some odd years teaching us and then dying.
Right.
And leaving what he started unfinished. Uh-oh. You hear them toes crunching? That ain't the true history of Elijah Muhammad.
Come on. Teach.
The history of Elijah Muhammad, I hope there is at least 1.5% listening. The history of Elijah Muhammad, like I said on that podcast
Go ahead.
last Sunday, the history of Elijah Muhammad was written in the year 1.
Go ahead. Wow.
15,000 and some odd years ago. According to the Supreme Wisdom Lessons, 15,019 years before Elijah Muhammad was ever born.
Yes, sir.
Who just picked up on what I just said?
Yes, sir.
The history of Elijah Muhammad. The history of Farad Muhammad.
Yes, sir.
The history of the black nation in America. The history of white America. It was all written 15,019 years from 1934.
Yes, sir. So that's 15,000.
Who? 15,111?
Yes, sir.
All right.
Yes, sir.
I said it's mathematics, but I'm not doing that in my head.
Yes, sir.
Over 15,000 years ago, the holy and wise scientists of Islam wrote the history of America, wrote the history of the white man of America, wrote the history of Farad Muhammad, wrote the history of Elijah Muhammad. They wrote it.
Yes, sir.
And according to the first degree in the 1 through 40, God,
Come on.
they're all wise and do everything right and exact.
Yes, sir.
How are you all wise and do everything right and exact if you write Elijah Muhammad's history before he's born, and then after he's born, his history doesn't happen the way you wrote it?
Right.
What in the HE17L's kind of sense are y'all making?
That's right. That's right.
Even you Muslims, you will bear witness that the Nation of Islam is all wise, that it does everything right and exact, that the history of the messenger was written thousands of years before he was born, and then you'll turn around and say he died before he did what his history said he would do.
Wow.
Like, what? I would lick and smack, but I'm gonna be nice today.
Yes, sir. Come on.
Y'all all right?
Yes, sir. Make it plain.
Talk black to me.
Yes, sir.
We don't have to wonder nothing about Elijah Muhammad.
Come on.
His history was written thousands of years before his birth.
Yes, sir.
We don't have to wonder about Farad Muhammad. His history was written thousands of years before his birth. We don't have to worry about us in America. Our history was written thousands of years before we were born.
Come on. Teach.
And if it was written by all wise scientists who do everything right and exact,
Come on.
then whatever that history says, that's what must happen.
Come on.
Hey, brother.
And if you don't believe that it will happen, that's okay. But just stop saying the Nation of Islam is all wise and does everything right and exact. Say the Nation of Islam is all wise and does almost everything right and exact.
Yes, sir.
Because we don't do everything right and exact. We didn't do Elijah Muhammad's history right and exact. We didn't do Farad Muhammad's history right and exact. We didn't do our history right and exact. And the list goes on.
Yes, sir.
Talk black to me. I mean, at some point, you got to stop dealing with your feelings
Go ahead.
and start dealing with the lessons. See, we'll let our feelings get in the way
Yes, sir.
and start bearing witness against the lesson
Wow.
while calling them supreme wisdom.
Wow.
Well, if the wisdom of the lessons is supreme,
Come on.
why doesn't what happens happen the way the lessons say it would happen?
Right. Come on. The highest wisdom.
How can I say I'm all wise, I do everything right and exact, and I say Brother Gerard X is going to wear a blue bow tie at the meeting today? The man walk in here with a red tie on. Is that right and exact? I made a mistake, didn't I?
Yes, sir.
I didn't know what the HE17Ls I was talking about. Right or wrong?
Yes, sir.
All right.
Come on.
Let me say this. And I'm saying it without a whole lot of hate and belligerence. The ministers of Elijah Muhammad have a lane that Elijah Muhammad established for us to travel in.
Come on. Teach.
Eric didn't make that lane.
Yes, sir.
Eric just travels in it.
Yes, sir.
Y'all all right?
Yes, sir.
Elijah made the lane by Allah's permission. Are you listening to me?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Eric travels in that lane because Eric was promoted from private soldier up through the ranks to the position of minister.
Yes, sir.
Are you listening to me?
Yes, sir.
I qualified to be in this position.
Come on. Yes, sir.
I don't give a damn if you was in the Nation under the Messenger. I don't care if you came in Islam in the 1960s and you was in Temple number 7 under Malcolm. I don't give a damn to the 17 ends what you did and when you did it.
Talk, brother. Talk.
If you want to talk about how long you've been around, what you've been promoted to. Talk black to me.
Come on.
It's one thing to tell somebody you're a retired Marine. Yeah, I'm retired from the Marine Corps. But you retired a buck private. Why would you want to tell somebody you retired a buck private? Now, for all of you military, I know you can't do that.
Yes, sir.
I'm just making a point. In the white man's military, for those of you who don't know, when you stop being promotable, they get you out of there. If you make it to staff sergeant, but you're not a promotable staff sergeant, meaning you're not promotable to the next level. When it becomes clear you're not going to make it to the next level, you out.
Right.
You're not retiring no damn corporal. You ain't retiring no staff sergeant.
Yes, sir.
You understand what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
If you retire, you at least an E7. At least. You don't retire no E6.
Go ahead.
You don't retire in E5 and E4 and E3. None of that.
Yes, sir.
You got to make it to at least E7.
Come on.
Y'all all right?
Yes, sir.
I'm not telling you what I know because I was in it. I'm telling you what men in it have told me.
Come on.
So if I'm lying, blame them. Y'all listening to me?
Yes, sir. Go ahead.
If you make it to sergeant first class, but you're not promotable to sergeant major, you're out.
Get out of there.
You don't just stay in the white man's military without consistent promotions up the ladder. Once you stop going up, you start going out. Talk back to me.
Yes, sir. Teach.
But you got these Negroes in the Nation of Islam who've been in the Nation of Islam for 14,273 years. Never was a squad leader, never was a lieutenant, never was a captain, and sure as HE-Triple-L was never a minister.
Yes, sir.
But got a whole lot of people looking up to them like they really something, simply because they've been in so long. I would be ashamed to say I've been in that long and don't have no promotions to go with my time. Y'all all right?
Yes, sir.
Been in the Nation of Islam 50 years and you still a private soldier. What have you been doing? You certainly haven't been qualifying yourself for promotions. Y'all all right?
Yes, sir, brother.
All praises due to Allah for the most
Yes,
honorable Elijah Muhammad.
Oh, praise you to the Lord.
But there's this reverence that we have for old soldiers. And that's not wrong. The reverence that we have for old soldiers is good. But if you are an old soldier who ain't never been a lieutenant, captain, or minister, what in the world are you doing in a minister's lane? These knuckleheads actually think that because you've been in so long, that qualifies you to travel in whatever lane you know. You qualify for the lane of minister by qualifying for the position of minister and being promoted to it.
Yes, sir. Go ahead.
Y'all all right?
Yes, sir.
If you knew the law, you'd have been a captain. You ain't no captain because you don't know the law.
Go ahead.
You haven't qualified to be an enforcer of the law.
Go ahead.
You don't know enough about the law. And that's why you breaking the hell out the damn law. Talk black to me.
That's right, brother.
You don't know the proper protocol of the nation. That's why you keep violating it. And people keep letting you get away with it because you are old soldier. Eric ain't letting you get away with it. Talk black to me.
That's right.
Whether I like you or not, Eric ain't letting you get away with it. Y'all still listening?
Yes, sir. Loud and clear, sir.
It is not for anybody in the Nation of Islam other than the ministers of the Nation of Islam to properly represent the teachings of the Nation of Islam. Are you listening to me?
Yes, sir.
Now, when you get in a minister's lane and you ain't got no damn business there, you end up on YouTube saying Master Farad Muhammad is not God. Saying it with authority. In the name of the messenger.
Let's go get it.
No, let's not get it.
He already got it.
Brother Gerard X said he already got it. You sitting here giving all this respect to somebody as a guide for the Nation of Islam or in the Nation of Islam who's on video saying with authority, Master Farad Muhammad is not God.
What?
You heard what I said.
Oh, let's get his head, brother.
No, let's let damn head. Because what he will do is make a distinction between those who are about this life and those who ain't.
Yes, sir.
If we get his head, we won't know who the real ones are.
Right. Right.
We won't be able to tell who the soldiers for Elijah are
Go ahead.
apart from the Brotherhood and Unity niggas,
Right. Yes,
the
sir.
Lonely Hearts Club niggas.
Right.
Y'all all right?
Yes, sir.
Who just want to have as many Muslims to be Muslim with. We won't be able to tell us from them.
Right.
You gotta have people like that saying things like that so I can get up here, snap on him for saying it, and snap on you for letting him say it.
Go ahead.
Okay.
Yes, sir. Teach.
Don't play with me. You don't want the smoke from Eric. Y'all all right?
Yes, sir.
The hell you mean Master Farad Muhammad is not God? Who did Elijah say Master Farad Muhammad is? Why are you coming in Elijah's name saying Master Farad Muhammad is not God?
You don't want his head.
Then, look now, I ain't done. Same man on video, on YouTube, saying Prophet Muhammad was a devil.
Oh, man, come on. Oh, nah.
Y'all ain't listening. See, I'm not after him,
Yes, sir.
because personally I like him.
Yes, sir.
I'm not after him. I'm after you weak, punk, and sucker niggas who will let somebody, because they old and whatever, let somebody, because they are old soldier of the messenger, get away with saying and doing any damn thing.
Right.
Are you listening to me?
Yes, sir. Good point.
I'm after you who are such personality whores
Right.
that you are afraid to check somebody for saying something like that.
Right.
Because you are worried that the people who love him will be mad at you.
Huh.
I'll whoop him and you too. What you want to do?
Right.
Word is bond to Master Farad Muhammad. What you want to do?
I'm with you,
If
brother.
you want the smoke, you can get it.
I'm with you.
All you have to do is, if you haven't been promoted to the position of representative of the messenger, keep your mouth shut
Yeah.
in the public.
Right.
You don't get in the public and say something to contradict what I say.
Come on.
Teach.
You are not my equal.
Come on.
What I say goes.
That's right.
You don't challenge what the hell I say.
Go ahead.
When I say what I say and I can prove Elijah
That's
said
right.
it, you don't contradict me.
Come on.
Y'all all right?
Yes, sir.
And when I come and I represent Elijah Muhammad, telling you and proving to you that what I'm saying is from Elijah Muhammad.
Right.
You don't go get somebody that ain't no minister and
Yes, sir.
check on what I say.
No, sir, brother. No,
Ask
sir.
him what he
Thinks about it.
thinks.
Hmm.
Ask him how he sees something. Who the hell cares how he sees something?
That's right.
Other than a personality whore.
That's right.
Eric said this,
Yes, sir.
which means Elijah said that.
Come on.
So you don't ask nobody that's not a minister of Elijah what they got to say about that.
Huh. Right.
And if they say something different than what Eric said,
Come on.
that's a problem. Are y'all listening to
Major
me?
problem. That's right.
Yes, sir.
But see, one of the reasons Eric is not liked in the Nation of Islam or out, because Eric will smack the piss out you on this microphone.
Come on.
That's right.
Are you listening to me?
Yes, sir.
Because I don't care.
Come on. Come on, brother.
Elijah Muhammad is the answer and the end of the prophets.
Go
Settles
ahead.
it all. Settles it all.
That means something.
Yes, sir. Teach.
What does it mean?
Teach.
Prophet Muhammad wasn't no devil.
Come on.
Master Farad Muhammad is God.
Go ahead. That's right.
That's right.
Eric Eric gets on the platform and says one thing, here's somebody else gonna come on the platform contradict what Eric said.
Mm.
And a bunch of silly Negroes listening to that and taking it serious.
Right.
Like the two of us are equal. No, we're not. Y'all all right?
Yes, sir.
No way, no how.
I've been promoted.
That's right.
I didn't just jump up and say, I'm Minister Eric. That ain't what happened.
That's right.
I got promoted to this position.
Come on.
Sir, go ahead. Teach.
You didn't. So stay out my lane.
Teach.
All right. You had just as much time, even more time than me to qualify for this position.
Go ahead.
Didn't do it
Yes, sir.
Come on.
Teach.
because he didn't have the qualifications.
Right.
That's why he says stupid things like Master Farad Muhammad ain't God and Prophet Muhammad is the devil.
Come on.
Right.
And the last stupid thing is that Elijah Muhammad is dead. That's the last stupid thing.
Yes, sir.
Wow.
I heard
Where
it.
did,
Those who say he ain't dealing with reality.
where did this Negro come from?
What's reality?
Right.
So what you're telling me is that the history of Elijah Muhammad that was written thousands of years before he was born is not reality.
Come on.
That's what you're telling me.
Yes, sir.
And that's what you're telling the people in the public.
Yes, sir.
I'm telling them it is reality.
Yes, sir.
You're telling people it's not.
Come on. Teach.
Talk back to me.
Yes, sir.
Y'all all right?
Yes,
Yes, sir.
I'm almost finished, for real. In this book, starting on page 287, it reads, he who is the last of the prophets was clearly seen. Clearly what?
Seen.
Seen.
God was understanding. It's the crystal clear picture in the mind
Go ahead.
of the knowledge and the wisdom.
Go ahead. Crystal clear picture in the mind of the knowledge and the wisdom. Go ahead.
That's understanding.
Yes, sir.
It's the best part of knowledge.
Yes, sir.
Y'all listening to me?
Yes, sir.
Go ahead.
The crystal what?
Clear.
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 Picture.
Well, he who was the last of the prophets was what?
Seen.
Clearly
Yes, sir. Clear.
seen and made known to the prophets before him. And their life, whose life? The prophets before him.
Yes, sir.
Their life work reflects. Meaning when you look in the mirror, it reflects the you that's looking in it. When you look at their life's work,
Yes, sir.
it reflects. Reflects what? It reflects for us the life and work of the last prophet,
Yes, sir.
who is not really a prophet in the sense of the word, but rather an apostle or messenger. For he is the answer and end of the prophets.
Right.
His call is unlike others before him.
Come on.
Right.
For all of the prophets before the last one had their call and mission through inspiration
Right.
and vision.
Right.
For they saw not the person of Allah, God, in reality, only in vision.
Come on.
But the last one is chosen in mission directly from the mouth of Allah, God in person, at the end
Come on.
of the world.
Yes, sir.
Are you listening to me?
Yes, sir.
Go ahead.
He will also bring a book for his people.
Go ahead. Teach.
What did it say?
He will bring a book for his people.
Now, it's questionable whether the he that's going to bring the book is the God that raises the last one or that last one himself. That's not made clear here.
Yes, sir.
What is made clear here is one of the two is going to bring a new book
Yes, sir.
for his people, and that means us.
Yes, sir.
Are y'all listening to me?
Yes, sir.
There's a book coming. All right. A book that the present world has not as yet present world.
Yes, sir.
That means there's a book that ain't none of us seen.
Right.
It's coming. All right. And the devil's infidels may not see it nor touch it. Have they touched the Quran?
Yes, sir.
Right?
Yes, sir.
Ever since Brother Shaheed fixed this,
Ever since we
All
touched
right.
the podium.
I got to break it. It is not the present Holy Quran. Is it this? No. It is not the present Holy Quran nor Bible,
Come on.
but a book containing the guidance for the people in the hereafter.
Yes, sir.
Y'all listen.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Not of this world, therefore, it is carefully guarded from the eyes and ears of this world. All right. Like I said, and I'm not lying, I'm almost done. Okay. We want you to know that we live in the end of both these books, Quran, Bible.
Yes, sir.
We have the end of both of these.
Yes, sir.
Okay. You won't study the Bible in the hereafter, nor will you study the present Quran. No. You will have a new book, and the new book will replace the Bible and present Quran. Y'all all right?
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Okay. What's in the book is not yet revealed. This same man, Master Farad Muhammad, is the very same one from whom this book will come. You know there are Muslims who think Master Farad Muhammad is dead. There are other ones who think it but won't admit it. If you say, is Master Farad Muhammad still physically alive? They'll say, I'm not sure.
Wow. How do you know? Okay.
See, that's that personality again.
Yes, sir.
This is why you can say that you're not sure whether Master Farad Muhammad is still physically alive, and because you publish a newspaper called Muhammad Speaks, other Muslims will uphold you as a true representative of the messenger, even though your temple is not number one, it's just temple. And this is why you can have somebody take over as minister after you, and we uphold that damn fool too. Flunk out the ministry class here, go and so-called in a ministry class there, but the head of the ministry class there ain't sure Master Farad Muhammad is still physically alive. Well, that's what happens when all you can do is get current events from old Muhammad Speaks newspapers.
Right.
You don't really know the messenger's theology.
Right.
You know how to read the messenger's newspaper and teach off of that. You don't know his theology. You don't know it.
Right.
You don't belong in the ministry class.
Teach. Yes,
That's
sir.
why you flunked out of it when you was in this one. Everybody all right?
Yes, sir.
And then went up and got under somebody who was never in it at all.
Well, twice.
Come on now. Okay. How is Master Farad Muhammad going to provide this book if he's dead? Okay.
You were.
And he said, he who? Master Farad Muhammad.
Yeah.
He said that he has already wrote the book,
Right.
but he's not ready to give it to the world. Are you listening?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now, there's some other things I want to go into but I want to wrap up since I've been promising you that I would. Okay, now we're on page 295. God is the end of what we have in books.
Come on.
What do we have in books, Brother Gerard X?
What do we have in books?
Yeah,
Revelation.
Bible and Holy Quran.
Okay.
God is the end of what we have in books
Okay.
when he makes his appearance.
Yes, sir.
That's the end of what we have in books.
Yes, sir.
He then must teach his messenger what he wants him to know from his mouth.
Go ahead.
If God is the end of what we have in books, and because of that, he has to teach his messenger what he wants him to know. How is what he teaches his messenger of what he wants him to know what we have in the books?
Oh, it's not the same.
It can't be. Because he's the end of this.
Yes, sir.
What he wants his messenger to know is not what he's the end of,
Yes, sir.
right?
Right.
Okay. From his mouth, because he must move him up into the knowledge of what he intends to build or create. Brother Darrell,
Yes, sir.
what does Allah, Master Farad Muhammad, intend to build or create? The hereafter, right?
Allah, yes, sir. Allah came in the person of Master Farad Muhammad to put the black man on top,
Right.
to bring the black man from the bottom rail to the top rail.
Now, when he does this, is that the old world that we living in or the new world that he's bringing in?
Repeat that.
Is it the old world that we're going to be, that we're in now, that we're going to be put on top of, or the new world that Master Farad Muhammad is bringing in?
We're going to be put on top of the new world.
Exactly.
Yes, sir.
See, this ain't rocket science.
Yes, sir.
He ain't got to be no minister to know that answer.
I almost thought it was rocket scientists. 'Cause
No, it ain't
it
rocket
was so
science.
simple. I didn't
It's so
know I
simple.
had the answer.
There you go.
Yes, sir. Teach.
All right.
Go ahead, black man. Teach.
If these two books are not the books that are going to guide us in that world,
We in trouble.
and Master Farad Muhammad must move Elijah Muhammad up into the knowledge of that world.
Right.
Go ahead. Go ahead. Come on.
All right.
Come on.
Right after that, then there are two phases of the messenger's work.
Come on.
You ask these messengers, dead niggas, what are the two phases? They can't answer. They barely know the first phase of the messenger's work. They certainly can't tell you, well, it was this phase and then afterwards this phase. And if they do, to try to upstage me, guess what's going to happen? They're going to look more stupid than they already look. And I'm going to come right back up to this mic and I'm going to expose it. You best to shut up when I slap you, because the next slap will be even harder.
Come on.
You can't whoop me with
Go ahead.
these teachings.
That's right.
There are two phases of the messenger's work. As it was with Moses. Okay. If he just said there was two phases and didn't mention Moses,
Right.
we could say the two phases are anything, couldn't
Yes,
we?
sir. Yes, sir.
But when he says, as it was with Moses, that means his two phases are like the phases of Moses.
Come on.
If you want to know the phases, you got to look at the Moses in the book.
Yes, sir. Teach. Teach.
Because when Elijah Muhammad's history was written by the scientists over 15,000 years ago, they didn't say Elijah Muhammad. They said Moses.
Yes, sir. Teach. Teach.
history of Moses in these books
Mm.
is the history of Elijah Muhammad.
Teach.
All right now. Moses had two phases of his work. He got his people out of the bondage of Pharaoh,
That's right.
but yet he didn't have in it that which could bring them success and progress in the nation or in the country where they were going.
Mm.
So the book teaches us he had to go up in the mount of God to get something like a law or get a scripture, which they had to be successful in a land where they can be independent.
Yes, sir.
These messengers, dead niggas, think that we gonna be in a land independent with this.
Mm. Mm.
The messenger just said
Right.
that Moses had to go get what would be needed for us to be successful in the land
Right.
where we're independent.
Yes, sir.
This ain't gonna be the guidance
Right.
in the land
Come on.
that we're going to be independent.
Come on. Yes, sir.
They're arguing with me right now,
I got you. Yes, sir.
especially because it's me. Not only do I say things that they want not to be said, but I say it so nasty that it just make them want to fight back. Y'all all right?
Yes, sir.
The God didn't dare give him that in Egypt.
There you go. Yes, sir.
That means Master Farad Muhammad didn't give Elijah Muhammad what we are going to be studying as our guidance out of America
Right.
while we're in America.
Right.
All right. Nor did he give him that soon after they got across the Red Sea. But this went on for a while.
Mm.
And he gave what?
The new teacher.
The new teaching. He gave it what? The scripture,
Yes,
the
sir.
guidance,
Yes, sir.
the book. He gave it to Moses.
Mm. Yes, sir.
God had something for the people of Moses that he would never give Moses as long as they weren't independent.
Mm. Go ahead.
Moses had to go back to him to get that.
Yes, sir.
Hello?
Mm.
Now, is Eric making this up?
No, sir.
I'm not spinning what he said. I'm reading what he said.
Right.
How you going to run from this? Watch them run from it. Okay. He gave it to Moses when the people were ready to go into the land that he had promised them.
Yes, sir. Mm.
Are we on our way into the land that Master Farad Muhammad promised us, or are we just in America?
Mm.
We're in America.
Yes, sir.
All right then. The physical separation ain't happening yet.
Right. Yes, sir. Got you.
We on our way, but we ain't
Right.
headed in yet, right or wrong?
That's right.
Okay. It would be used to guide them out of the ears.
Mm.
This guidance, this teaching would be used to guide us out of the ears and eyes of Pharaoh and his people.
Mm.
It was there that he, Moses, received it,
Mm.
guidance.
Come on.
But he did. But we all wise though, and we do everything right and exact. But all this that I just read to you
Right.
is not going to happen the way the messenger said it was going to happen based on the history of what the hell we wrote.
Come on. Teach. Teach, bro.
Boy, we are unbelievable. Do you hear me? That's why I brought this book up here
Okay.
today.
Yes, sir. Mm.
When I teach something,
Yes, sir. Teach you live.
and you ain't no minister of the messenger, you just shut your mouth And don't be contradicting what I say.
Go ahead.
I'm telling the people what the messenger said.
Go ahead.
What you coming behind me saying it ain't reality for?
Come on. Come on. Yes, sir.
This is why.
Check me.
Y'all all right?
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
So I close with these words about Elijah Muhammad
Yes, sir.
being the answer and the end of the prophets. Moses had to go up into the mount of God to receive something from God that he couldn't be given by God as long as he was still among the people who were under the rule of the enemies of God.
Yes, sir. Go ahead.
Because what he was to receive was not to be seen or heard or touched by the enemies of God. But it was to serve as the guidance, the wisdom to be studied as guidance when they got away from the enemies of God. Are you listening to me?
Yes, sir.
Now, contrast that or compare that to what the messenger said in New York. Oh, soldier, New York. In New York in 1961.
Come on, teach.
God has promised me life.
Teach. Teach.
God has promised me that I will be with him
Come on.
in the last days.
Go ahead. Teach.
I will be
Right.
is something that happens in the future.
Yes, sir.
I will be with him. Don't try to get spooky and try to act like he meant right then. He said, I will be with him.
Yes, sir.
All right?
Yes, sir.
This was not long after, in 1960, he said in Los Angeles at People's Church, this I hold fast to. This promise he made to me.
Yes, sir.
He said, you and I will be together in the end. The end of what?
Come on.
The end of this.
Yes, sir.
And we will cover the country like that. Talk back to me. When was Elijah Muhammad ever with Master Farad Muhammad after he said that and then covered the country like that?
Good question.
It never happened.
Yes, sir.
But he said, Master Farad Muhammad promised him it would happen.
Yes, sir. Go
Talk
ahead.
back to me. Then the messenger said, I believe I will be with him.
Yes, sir. Go ahead.
But we don't believe as Muslims, many of us, that he is with him. We literally believe in our hearts that the messenger said it, he meant it, but something went wrong and things changed. And that people like me need to just accept the reality that that happened. I don't have a problem accepting that as reality and that that happened.
Right.
Here's what I have a problem accepting as reality. That that did happen, but yet we're all wise
Right.
and do everything right and exact,
Come on.
but that happened. You can't have it both ways.
Come on. That's right.
Except when you got a nigga shaker. Then you can have it both. Shake enough nigga on it and it starts making sense. Y'all all right?
Yes, sir.
All praise is due to Allah for the most honorable Elijah Muhammad. There's much more that I have to say, but I've already crushed a few toes today. Thank you for listening. Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum salam, sir.
Sir.
All praise is due to Allah for
All
the most
praise.
honorable Elijah Muhammad. One second.
Looking sharp.